we would do. This will cut the debt of 3 million Australians by an average of $5,500 each.
And a passenger has failed in her bid to receive a higher damages payout after the COVID outbreak on board the Ruby Princess cruise ship in 2020. Susan Karpik was awarded $4,400 in the initial judgment. The cruise operators also failed in a bid to overturn negligence findings against it. Now turning to FIVEAA sport, and after 140 games across 3 clubs, Port Adelaide defender Rory Atkins is hanging up the boots at the end of the season. The 31-year-old is one of 7 AFL players to have represented both SA clubs, playing 101 games for the Crows, 37 for Gold Coast and 2 for the Power. Toby Green has been cleared over an off-the-ball incident during Friday night's Sydney derby. Behind the goals vision shows the Giants captain backheeling Dane Rampey between the legs, but the AFL found the contact was negligible at best, despite conceding it was a horrible look. And Australia's completed a clean sweep in the T20 series against the West Indies in the Caribbean. The Aussies chasing down 171 runs in the 5th and final match with 3 wickets in hand. Sean Abbott sealing the win in St Kitts with a boundary. Here's how it sounded on Fox Cricket.
Australia have made the Caribbean their second home in 2025. They have been flawless. 3-0 in the Test series, 5-0 in the T20I series. The first time they've won a 5-match series, 5-0. Take a bow, Aussies.
Now I'm checking FIVEAA traffic.
Afternoon, got a 2-car collision to look out for today at Kensington Gardens on Glenburn Road near Eden Avenue. Traffic lights on the bleak this afternoon. This is at Hallett Cove, Lonsdale Road near Patpa Drive. And got a truck broken down on the freeway outbound just past Glen Osborne as you're heading towards Stirling. Camera at North Street, Henley Beach too. Get a complimentary entree size piping hot butternut pumpkin soup added to your dining order at Faster Pasta, but only for a limited time. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A shower or 2 and 13 today, more of the same tomorrow. A possible shower Thursday, 14, and partly cloudy for Friday, 15. At the moment, 13. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, exclusive. A former detective's claim of shocking new information in the Beaumonts case. Mass murder in Manhattan. A gunman storms a skyscraper and opens fire. The cutting-edge technology using UV light to target airborne viruses in Adelaide nursing homes. And why banks are refunding millions to customers. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
Streaming live via the FIVEAA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is FIVEAA, always Adelaide. The FIVEAA Sports Show. Rowey,
I am flabbergasted.
And Timmy G.
Absolute sports festival.
It's 7 after 4 on this Tuesday. A little grey and overcast across Adelaide today, but I can assure you right now, it's not gloomy in the studio. We're up and about. We're going to get your creative juices going today. Looking forward to this. A bit of fun ahead. Rowey, Timmy G, good afternoon.
Yeah, spot on, Sam. Absolutely. Hope you've had a terrific Tuesday. Hope it's been a good day for you. Hope it only gets better from here. We've got at least 8 hours left of Tuesday. Let's enjoy the next 3. Okay, as I welcome Stephen Rowe to the show. And you well, Stephen?
Well, it's a nothing day Tuesday.
So you're going to have a go at Tuesdays, are you?
Well, hands up if you're in your car or home. You think, gee, Tuesday's a great day. See, Thursday's a great day because you've nearly got the weekend. You've got the best part of the week done and you've nailed it. You're just looking ahead. You're planning your fishing trip and all of that. But Tuesday's just a nothing day.
Better than Monday?
Yeah, but no, Monday's... Well, if you have a look at it, Monday's all right. Start of the week. Yeah. Tuesday's a nothing day. Wednesday, it's hump day, they call it. Yeah. Thursday's exciting day. And Friday, well,
you're right up and about.
Tuesday is just... No, it's a nothing day. But we're going to make it something tonight.
Oh, yeah. We are. Because,
let's do it.
Sam did allude to it, looking for your creative juices. The AFL Summit is on. Okay. And this is where all the brains trusts from all the football clubs, the AFL, all get together.
All in the one room.
You can hear all the brain munching away, going away.
Imagine that.
And they come up with all sorts of wonderful stuff, which we're going to be hearing a bit of. But we're going to ask our listeners, if you had the opportunity to be at the summit, What little left field idea would you throw at him?
Okay.
So we'll get to that a bit later because I've got a couple of examples and I want some from you as well.
I've been thinking left field on Tuesday.
Now, Adelaide Football Club are flying high. We know that, Stephen. I believe you've told me once or twice. So there is a little bit of dark cloud on the horizon. Unfortunately, it was young Max Michelani. Did that hamstring. Hopefully it's not as long as what they first predicted.
4 to 6, they're saying.
Yeah, I didn't like the sound of that. Here he is himself just talking about his hammy.
Bit of a popping sensation, which was a little bit weird, but no, thankfully it's feeling all right now.
Popping sensation, so that says ligament to me.
Well, it says it.
So it's not the belly of it.
It says it's torn. There's no doubt about that. That's thanks to Channel 9 News. But, that sort of does say at least a month. But look,
he'll recover.
There's 4 games to go.
Yep.
You get that week off.
Yep.
Let's hope that within those 4 weeks he's motoring pretty well. He can play first week of finals at SANFL level.
Oh, no, he's straight back in, mate.
No, but I'm saying your AFL team won't be playing because there are no games. When finals for SANFL start, there are no AFL games.
Okay. So he should target that as a comeback. I like it.
And then he gets a run.
That's
ready for real finals.
Yeah, they've got coverage for him. I'd like to see them pick Hugh Bond, like for like. He's a defender. I know Brodie Smith's ready to go, but, Brodie Smith, Hinge and Miller, 3 really attacking players. I think Hugh Bond might be a one-for-one for that. Well, that's what I'd do.
You're looking more locked down.
We'll do the teams on Thursday.
Looking more locked down.
Yeah, okay. That's what I want.
So Tex was asked on the M's this morning just who could cover. You've got your ideas. Here's his.
We're getting a little bit tested now. We've had a few injuries to Rochelle, obviously to Butsy, Muzzers come in, and obviously Maxi on the weekend. So we'll probably get Bondi or Smithers or someone like that to come in.
Yeah, Bondi's the one.
And just an update as well. Jordan Butts today, it's been confirmed by the club, he'll resume contact training at the end of this week, which is great news. Could return in 1 to 2 weeks with that chest concern.
Excellent.
So that gets a little bit more depth back into the lineup. Port Adelaide, on the other hand, no. More dark clouds, please. Put some more in there. Yeah.
Thunder.
Drew Jones of Fox Footy has said he understands Miles Bergman's season is all but over. The power will shut him down due to his shoulder complaint. The 23-year-old will have surgery, which will hopefully have him ready to fire up for the pre-season for 2026. That isn't great news. And
Luco's out.
Luco's out. So you would think that that's going to get we're going to delve a little bit deeper into the depth of Port Adelaide.
Repeat what you said 3 weeks ago, what you'd do. The 2 players.
I would have put Whitlock and Ram in, so one at each end.
They've got to do that this week.
Just so that they might get a hiding. The thing is, their pre-season, they'll know exactly what the level is, and they might go, gee whiz, I'm nowhere near it. And that makes them work harder over the pre-season. So whether that be this week or in a couple of weeks' time, maybe when they play their last game at home against the Suns, just something to give them a taste, that's probably where I'd go. But that's not great news for Bergman. But if they're going to get him right, perhaps it is the right thing to do. So we'll see what happens from here. And, of course, today we will speak to Rory Atkins, who has retired from AFL football.
The Rat.
And a bit of a character. And we'll see what he's going to get up to next.
Very good footy brain. We'll speak to Campo about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, Campo coming on after 5. Now, the AFL Summit is on, as I mentioned. Greg Swan has come into the chair and he's now already making quick decisions. I agree with you, Rowey. During the showdown, how quickly were they throwing the ball up?
I noticed it straight away.
That was a distinct change. And it was going up straight away.
You know how they generate, which 2 are doing it, and I'm coming back here, back here.
None of
back
that.
Here, none of that.
Just threw it up and got on with the game. And it was,
love it.
And it was fine. And Ruckman knew what was going on, and off they went. So he's in the chair. They're discussing lots of things. This was one that just made me cringe a little. Here is Greg Swan on the 4 umpires.
I had a chat last week to the umpiring department. They think it's only relatively new, the 4 umpires as well, but it also enables some of the experienced umpires to stay in the game longer, which I think is also an advantage. So because they just don't have to do the running that they used to. So I think we'll be sticking with 4 umpires.
Ooh. Sticking with 4 umpires. How does that stick with you, Stephen?
Nah, not good. What did you expect?
I obviously knew that answer. Look, Yeah, I know he's only just got in there, but I reckon we'll eventually get rid of it. And everybody will say, why did it take so long?
It's not working. Anyone that thinks it is doesn't know the game.
Yeah. Here, what about the sub? Let's have a listen to Greg on that.
Still got a bit of work to do on that. Clubs don't like it, so we'll have a look at that. It'll be about the stats again about, if you lose players in the first quarter or second quarter, and how does that affect your game? Your ability to win games, and does that change if you've got 4 on the bench or 5 on the bench? And I think we'd have a look at that.
How about grit, determination, fight, all those things that we all had to do in the past? When you're outnumbered.
Please.
Those are some of the greatest wins you had when you had no one on the bench. We don't get to that now because you've got 100 of them and a bloke and a sub.
You know what I got out of that? He's not a fan. He's going to get rid of it.
Yeah.
That's why I read
what you
that.
took out of that?
Well, they'll review it, and the clubs don't want it.
Yeah.
Well, if the clubs don't want it, get rid of it.
Just the way he finished that sentence, we'll have a look at that. It was basically, we'll get rid of that. That's how I interpreted it. We'll see how that one flies out. So the CEO himself, Andrew Dillon, was there, and he was asked several questions. This one was sort of an answer. This is about fixturing.
Thursday nights have averaged above the season average, so that's a tick. Thursday nights have rated extremely well. But I think what is important is that we do have a spread of teams that play through those, through those different slots.
So what he's doing is responding there to Essendon, saying we don't want to play Thursday nights no more.
He wants a spread of teams through those slots. And what Freddie? You don't have to be paid $1 million to work that one out. And what about putting some good teams against good teams or bad ones against bad?
Had an opportunity to do that in that back half with the 10 rounds and had an opportunity to make really good Friday nights and Thursday night slots, but they didn't. They just purposely went with the big supporter bases of Essendon and Carlton who just weren't performing. And that's
they got
just
it wrong. So I'd rather he got up and said, look, the numbers are not too bad. We've had some negative feedback. You know what? I think we got it wrong. Wouldn't that be refreshing for the AFL to say, you know what, I think we might have got the fixturing wrong.
Yeah, you can read that in that answer, though, that they did get it wrong. Simple as that. So we'll sort that one out. Love the summit, and I thought we'd go with this, Stephen, and we've already had some ideas flying in, even off the back of no suggestions from us.
Okay.
So it's a live one. On the back of the summit, I'm looking for left field changes you would throw at the AFL. Now, this came about because I was walking with my friend who's a very analytical man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Crow supporter too, so he was talking about the game, which I didn't really want to. And as we're walking along, he said, what about, getting a designated bouncer of the ball to start the quarters? I said, what? So one umpire? And he said, no, not an umpire. The umpires remain, and they just do their job of umpiring. They don't have to worry about the bounce anymore. This person is paid as a professional bouncer of the ball. They come in, they start the game.
That's left field.
And then they do second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and that's all they do.
So there'll be 5 umpires out there, basically, the 4.
But
this rooster comes out. He could be in a different coloured top.
You know how he described it?
He could be in a floral top or something.
Let's just call him the K-Man because he doesn't want to be identified.
Okay.
But the K-Man said he wants this person walking out as if they're the ring announcer in boxing. You know, that person comes out.
Yes. Gold
comes
chains.
out and does the big mic and let's get ready to rumble.
And then he just puts it down.
Well, this person comes out like that and just goes bang, begins the game and heads off the ground.
Oh, that is left field.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
That is left field.
I don't mind it.
Get
now,
on the blower.
A lot of pressure on him.
Oh, yes.
He's got to
enormous.
nail it.
You've got to nail it.
Oh.
Because I said, you'd have to train up quite a few people. You have to have backup. You have to have backup. You can't just have one person per state. No way. You have to have backup, and they have to be really good. Not a problem, he said. Not a problem. We'll get it happening.
You could make a big scene of it because most clubs have the 60-second countdown. You have
that.
The Never Tear Us Apart. We got the saxophone playing and the countdown. He could be walking out and timing it perfectly that he gets there to a crescendo in his floral top and go, bang!
And we're away.
We're away.
So, give us a call, 822-388-00. Do you have one?
Well, how about a left field change this? Leave the game alone. That's left field. Here's another left field one.
I don't think the Summit's allowed that.
No.
But,
Here's another one. No umpires.
No umpires?
Well, it couldn't get any worse.
So like lunchtime where the 2 captains umpire.
Self-rule.
Remember that?
No umpires.
That was good.
No, but this is the one that I do, and it's not really that left field. I've heard Blighty whack on about it. Kick backwards, play on.
Yeah.
I'm onto that one as you are last touch out.
Yeah. Last
and that's not that left field.
That's not left field.
You like the first one. How about leave the game alone?
Leave the game alone. Well,
what's yours?
It's up to you. We've got plenty flying in at the moment, I tell you.
What's yours? Or is it that one?
It was, no, mine, I actually don't mind the idea of, you know how it goes through the goals if it touches the post, but it still goes through the goals? A bit like soccer. If it hits it and it goes in the net, it's still a goal.
That. Then you'd have no reviews.
Then
that's left field.
You get rid of reviews and that gets rid of time.
Yeah. What if it hits the post and comes back in?
We trialled that in the pre-season, I remember years ago, and I didn't mind it, but it didn't happen that often.
Okay.
So I'd probably leave that one alone.
All right.
There you go.
Left field rules.
Give them to us, 8223 0000, $50 Powers voucher.
We've got your calls coming up straight after the break. Campo's got some ideas too. We were just chatting to him in Coach's Corner before. He'll join us at 5 for the official Coach's Corner. The retiring Rory Atkins will join us at 4:30 as well. We speak to South Aussie boxer Callum Peters tonight, and Ned McHenry's in the studio. But for a $50 Powers voucher, your left field footy changes next, 8223 0000.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
For the very latest in local footy, tune in to the 5AA Sandful Show each Monday from 6:30 p.m. It's tradition, it's excitement, and it's beats, eats, and footy fun with your mates. Sandful, nothing beats it.
Hi, I'm Piper, and I've just landed my first job as a registered nurse at the Women's and Children's Hospital. There's been a massive recruitment drive across our health system with jobs for doctors, nurses, midwives, paramedics, mental health and allied health workers. It's all part of building a bigger health system. To learn more and apply, visit biggerhealthsystem.sa.gov.au.
A message from the Government of South Australia.
Direct from sellout tours across the world, the Simon & Garfunkel story returns to Australia. Featuring all their classic hits in a moving and powerful show.
Within the sound of silence.
Don't miss the Simon & Garfunkel story. 2 shows, 3 p.m. and 7 p.m, Norwood Concert Hall, Wednesday, August 20. Book now at Ticketek.
Things are heating up at Adelaide's largest selection for wood, gas and electric fireplaces. It's the Home of Fire. Yep, if you haven't visited the showroom at 126 McGill Road, Norwood, what are you waiting for? Rowey and I had a look the other day, and it is worth the look. And I love those outdoor kitchens. You simply must see it for yourself.
Great shop. When you walk in, the Johnny Cash burning ring of fires on it gets you in the mood, doesn't it?
We had that last night.
Seriously, if you're building, renovating, extending, or even just planning to update your heating, now's the time to check them out. God, it's a good shop. The Home of Fire has huge savings across massive ranges of fireplaces, whether it's wood, gas, or electric log fireplaces, up to 50% off. And while you're there, check out their stunning outdoor kitchens. It's a must for year-round entertainment. And everyone now can afford an outdoor kitchen, especially if you go into the House of Fire.
Area or the Home of Fire as well. When watching the footy on a cold night next to a warm fire
same.
or cooking up a feast in your outdoor kitchen, well, check out the Home of Fire. They're at 126 McGill Road, Norwood.
Whatever you cook, from a toasty to a 3-course meal. Whatever you bake, from a sponge cake to a sourdough. Whoever you entertain, a partner, friends or family. Shop at the new Kitchen Warehouse store on Paynham Road, open now. Our second South Australian store features big brands like Le Creuset, KitchenAid, Magimix, ScanPan and Smeg, plus expert advice from our team. Visit the new Paynham store today or shop at kitchenwarehouse.com.au.
SEW Eurodrive offers innovative solutions with products and services provided from a single local source. SEW Eurodrive, driving Australian industry since 1982.
An ant can lift a staggering 50 times its own body weight, requiring a mere 24 million comrades to bring the queen ant a queen-sized mattress in a box from Aldi for $259 with a memory foam comfort layer and Euro top design. It's special you can buy at the Refresh Your Bed sale this Wednesday. Aldi, good different.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G
It's 23 minutes after 4. We got your creative juices. We need them today. Our left field changes is what we're asking for to the AFL game. What are those quirky ideas that you might just throw around with your mates or around the water cooler at work that you'd love to see introduced in a footy? 8223 0000. We'll do your calls straight after we check your traffic. All thanks to Rossdale Homes, SA's most trusted. Custom design, fixed pricing and a total peace of mind, because trust is a must.
Afternoon at Angle Park, a smash causing delays in Grand Junction Road near South Road. Kensington Park, two-car collision. Glenburn Road at Eden Avenue with solid delays. And Leadwood Gardens, a broken down truck on the freeway heading outbank just past Mount Osman. Hello, Cove lights playing up at the moment. Lonsdale Road near Patpa Drive with a camera. Adelphi Terrace, Acklenelg North. Red hot 2-for-1 Asia cruises have docked at Flight Centre. Double the fun for half the price. Hurry, on sale until August 17. Book now at Flight Centre. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Yeah, we've been asking the question, the left field ideas for the summit. The AFL summit is on. I've been delivering one from the K-Man who wants a designated bouncer to start each quarter of AFL. So we've got a few coming in. Steve said, look, great idea, K-Man. That would mean we'd get rid of one umpire. Done. Sold, he reckons. So there you go. Who have we got on the line there, Stephen?
We got young Jason.
G'day, gents. How you doing? Happy Tuesday.
No, Jason. Love a Tuesday.
Worst day of the week.
I reckon if you've got possession of the ball and someone's made the effort to tackle you, and you know when you're getting flung and you might get a little toe on it so it counts as a kick, or you might get a little fist on it but it spills out to no contest. If it's ineffective and you've been tackled, that should be holding the ball. Your kick or your handball did nothing, and the bloke that made the effort to actually tackle you should be rewarded.
I like it.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
That's
right.
left field.
So basically saying that wasn't worth a possession.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Jace, like it, mate.
Jace.
Let's go to Big Bruno.
It's in the running.
You're right, Rowey. Tuesday has no feel about it.
It's just, it's a nothing day, Bruno. But anyway,
struck something here.
Monday's usually crap, and then Tuesday you go, oh, well, I got through Monday. Let's see if I can make it to Wednesday. Yeah. The fixture list. The AFL must be the only competition in the world where you look at it and it's got a section that says to be advised.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. But then when you've got a commission whose KPIs and bonuses are based on crowd figures, TV numbers, TV revenue, they'll do everything they can to make sure that they maximise the big four, and then we're talking Essendon, Carlton, Richmond and Collingwood, to maximise all of that. But I just think that they've really made because of those teams, well, apart from one of them really performing poorly this year, that's where they've come unstuck. But they really don't care about the actual fairness of the competition. It's all about money. If you think back, North Melbourne started the Friday night football
Correct.
situation.
The 90s.
Do they ever get a look in on Friday nights now?
No, you did right, Bruno. They did.
Great call, Bruno. And it takes into question the integrity of the game. 100% that fixture does. Bruno, great call.
And just a quick text on the Unique Homestyle Food text from Marg saying, guys, I'm disgruntled Crows fan. We've booked accommodation for the Melbourne weekend for Crows when they play Kangaroos at Marvel in round 24. When are the AFL going to tell us when we can plan our weekend? Well, Andrew Dillon came out today and said it might be a week or two. It's round 21 this week.
Yeah, that's not fair. I'll bet my bottom dollar it's the last game of the round.
Oh, that's terrible.
I'll bet anything. It's the last game of the round at Marvel on the Sunday.
Oh, no.
Yeah, awful. Hello, Rog.
Was it Marg, was it?
Marg.
Book another night, love.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Rog.
G'day, fellas. Just calling from Mintero. A few rules that I'd like to get rid of would be the stand rule and the advantage rule. I think they're terrible rules. But the one I've got that's left field is that if the ball goes through the goals or the points, it's the score. Whether it hits the post, touches someone's leg, bounces off their head.
Doesn't matter.
Like soccer.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yep.
And that'll get rid of a whole lot of time wasting.
Yep.
It's just
good one.
It's just go straight to the next bounce.
Yeah.
No reviews.
Like it, Rog. That's left field. Hey, Rog, did you say Mintaro?
Yeah, Mintaro.
Yeah.
One of the greatest little country towns in this whole state. What's that pub there? Is it the Magpie and Stump?
Magpie and Stump. That's the one, you're right.
Bet you've had a few froths in that one.
Oh, I had to have a few, yes.
good, man. Have you been to Mintaro? You drive through there. Just like
Martindale
going
Hall.
to a... Yeah, it's
You ever
like,
been to Martindale Hall?
Yeah.
Wow, what a house.
It's like driving through a, I don't know, Oxford, a country town in England.
It's like it's a...
God, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well
Definitely
done,
a
Rog.
certain time of our lives.
I guess who we got now? Raylene.
G'day, Raylene.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Excellent.
I'm deflated. Like, what a horrible game the other night.
Oh, I know.
Like, my God, let's not even talk about it. Like, anyway, so that the game is fairer and there can be no turning around of whatever's happening with umpires' decisions when they're not consistent, get rid of the standing rule and running over the mark like on sixpence and deliberately out on the full when it's like can be and can't be and whatever. And another thing that I would really, really love, and this is not about the rules, it's about for the spectators, the fans, having their names on the back of their Guernsey because there's, especially with courts, how many changes we have. I used to know the whole team off by heart, and now I wouldn't have a clue who half of them are unless they've played like Bokey and Wines and they're there all the time.
Raylene, good call.
Didn't they have it one year? They
tried it in a pre-season, was it?
Was it one game or one round?
I reckon a pre-season, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't a season.
No, it wasn't.
I'd vote for that. I'd vote for names
They
on the
definitely
back.
trialled it for like a week or
They
so.
trialled it, didn't they?
Yeah.
What about all those guys that have got two dads? You can't. You mean Zirk Thatcher and
There's a
Horn
lot of
Francis.
hyphenated names.
you
Yeah,
can't.
fitting them on might be a problem too. Yeah, but it's a good one, Raylene. It's left field. I don't mind
I
at
like
all.
it,
But I
Raylene.
like her idea of like let's remove all the decisions that have grey in them. So
that's a good one.
play on advantage has a lot of grey in it, and
Yep,
a lot
too
of
much
players
grey.
stop, don't they? So Raylene, well played.
Mark says on the text, guys, not so left field, but bring back the goal umpires in the trench coats, top hats. That's nice.
Love it.
David says, no way will the Crows be the last game around 24. It's usually a final shaping game, etc. Bulldogs or Freo. So that's a good point.
That's a cracker.
And Marg says, guys, yes, might need to book another night about Crows Kangaroos on the Sunday. Now I'm even more disgruntled if it is. Sorry to upset you, Mark. Hopefully we'll find out soon. It is 4:30 headlines time. We've got Rory Atkins, who's announced his retirement at the end of season next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brattig. Cuts to university HECS debts are a step closer with the legislation making it through Parliament's lower house. The US is reeling after two separate deadly shootings. Jeweller Sir Michael Hill has died at the age of 86. And Port Adelaide forward Jack Lukosius will miss this weekend's trip to Geelong, while Lockie Jones will be tested after copping a corked thigh. Now I'm checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Angle Park, a smash causing delays on Grand Junction Road near South Road. Kensington Park, two-car collision on Glenburn Road at Eden Avenue with some solid delays. And Leeward Gardens delays there too with a broken-down truck on the freeway heading outbound just past Mount Osman. Cameras this afternoon, Ashwin Parade, Torrensville and Airport Road at Brooklyn Park. Not a chili fan? Try Porto's new Portuguese barbecue basic for that smoky hit of flavour to your chicken. Whole chicken and family chips is $19.95 at a Porto. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
A possible shower tonight and a shower or two tomorrow, a high of 15. At the moment, 13. More news at 5 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Samoa has agreed to a pay deal.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
The baseline is less than 4% a year. Remember that the salaried medical officers were asking for 30%.
It was ask 30 to settle for more than 10. Seems to be the negotiating strategy.
Correct.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
We understand, as a result of talks last week, the government has significantly improved its offer for junior doctors.
5AA Breakfast. Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Baby on board sticker, Play-Doh under his nails, random rubber duck in his pocket. Mark's not exactly what you picture when I say property investor. But all that changed the day he did a quick online equity check with Westpac. And would you believe it? He had enough in his current home for a deposit on another one. And you might too. Search Westpac Equity Calculator today to find out if an investment property is something you're already ready for. Conditions, credit criteria, fees and charges apply.
Hi, I'm Adam from Gutser.
We've been relining gutters across Australia for nearly 30 years. Now you can get your hands on our DIY house gutter relining kit. This means you can install gutter liner for under $10 a metre. It's tough, has a 10-year weatherproof warranty, and it's 70% cheaper than replacing your gutters. Go to gutser.com.au to see the installation videos. Buy online and get the kit delivered to your door. Nothing can be finer than Gutser gutter liner.
When we say police home care, a lot of people think...
Man, you have the right to remain independent. Anything you say can and will be used to make your life more comfortable.
When in fact, Police Home Care is an approved My Aged Care and registered NDIS provider, available to all South Australians. For quality aged care or disability care in your own home, search Police Home Care, taking care to everyone.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Get a free taste of SA from the 28th of July to the 3rd of August at Buy SA Week. Explore what's on at buysa.sa.gov.au.
Something wild, cool and sophisticated has arrived in SA. JCU, selling a new SUV and only at Morfett Vale, Main South Road.
Agatha Christie's breathtaking masterpiece, And Then There Were None. This best-selling crime novel of all time is now a brand new stage production. A tale of 10 strangers lured to a solitary mansion off the English coast. And Then There Were None. Directed by Robin Nevin. Opens August at Her Majesty's Theatre. Book at andthentherewerenone.com.au.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
25 minutes to 5, Scotty Camporeale in Coach's Corner at 5 o'clock. Just before we get to Rory Atkins from Port Adelaide, a few unique homestyle food texts that are coming in regards to our left field changes you'd make to the AFL. This one says, Steve, I think the umpires should be able to call play on from any uncontested marks. That'd speed the game up.
Wow.
Nice thoughts,
That's
Steve.
a good left fielder.
Thanks
to the K-man.
This one says from the draft, no first or second round picks to top 8 teams. So that means the bottom 10 get a little bit more incentive going to the draft.
That's interesting.
Dan says, let players block in marking contests. It's too subjective when it is or isn't a block at the moment.
Yeah, you're allowed to take their head completely off.
That's left field.
And Ashley...
Bring back the elbow.
Ashley
bring back
reckons,
the king in.
Not sure how this would work, but no umpires on the oval at all. We see more and more instances in game where they get in the way.
Oh, is that Ashley?
That's Ashley.
That's a good one, Ash. I reckon that futuristically, when cameras become... Because let's face it, if you watch a game from when we played 30 years ago to the high definition now, it's quite incredible what you're about to see. Yeah. I like it.
There's another text here, Homestyle Food text. I'm going to the North Melbourne game at Marvel. I'm going to take a chance that John Ralph is correct. He's saying Crows will play Saturday. If John Ralph said Saturday...
I'm backing it in.
I'm backing it in.
Marg, it's all right.
He's the new Caro. He's got
some
in
info.
an AFL house.
Yeah, Marg, I think you're all right. Don't worry about Sunday night.
He's piped in. Get on the Ranella Hyundai live stream. Always love your company there on Facebook and YouTube, because now, thanks to Sharman Shelving, who have moved their showroom next door into the big white building, still at 412 North East Road.
Well, a man that was picked number 81 in the 2012 National Draft. He went on to play 13 years of AFL football. He's decided to call it a day. He's back home here in Adelaide. Rory Atkins, congratulations.
Thanks, lads. Thanks for having me. It's been a great but emotional day. It's been good.
Yeah. Mate, when you got drafted, would you have thought, like, I reckon at the time I was helping out on a welfare committee, and the average player on an AFL listed lasted 2.9 years. You've lasted 13, mate. You must be proud.
Yeah, it's great. It's to think that I've been playing for 13 years. Like at the start, when I mentioned this morning in front of the boys, I would have been happy to just play one, and to get to 140 at the minute and play for 13 years. If you put that in front of me at the start of my career, yeah, I'd definitely take that.
Absolutely. Calder Cannons was your under-18 club and team, and you then get picked up in the draft and you go to Adelaide. What was that feeling like? It must have been quite amazing. I mean, pick 81, you were waiting long enough, and it would have been an exciting moment for you.
Oh, yeah, I remember the draft night, obviously going. I was the second live pick in the draft, and a bunch of family rocked up. I didn't think they were coming. And then, I thought it was going to be one of those awkward moments where I tell everyone to go home and then rock back up for the rookie draft in a couple nights. But, house erupted and, thankful for the opportunity. At that time, David Noble, Hamish Ogilvie, Brenton Sanderson were at the helm of it all then. And for them to give me the tap on the shoulder at that stage, that opportunity is something I'll be forever grateful for.
And to play 100 games for a club is a credit to you, which you did, Rory, with the Crows. And, mate, congratulations.
Thanks, only one on the locker 21, which is something that I took it in my decision of picking the number there. It was out of that a 20. Someone was on the locker 20, but so part of me will be at the joint forever, which is cool to know.
Campo said you were the smartest footballer he ever knew or ever coached. He did.
That's a good rap. I love my time with Scotty. He actually, as the interim after Phil Walsh passing, he was the coach who gave me my first game. So that moment up on the shed floor there at Amy Park there is something that I'll remember forever. I remember him coming up to me and saying, "You're in," and I told him to get stuff, really. And then he goes, "Yep." I said, "Can I go call me Dad?" He said, "No, you got training to do. You can call him later." So I remember that vividly, and it's a moment I'll remember with Scott forever. Yeah. How good.
2017 grand final, probably your highlight and your low light all wrapped up in one.
Yeah, that's right. More so the week, like just the whole build-up of it. Obviously coming off the prelim against Geelong as well at Adelaide Oval,
how huge.
That night was the best night after my debut as well. That was the first showdown after Walshy passing, and then the prelim as well in 2017 against Geelong. I haven't seen Adelaide Oval like that, I don't reckon, since. So those two games really stick out for mine, and the grand final as well. Obviously wasn't the result, but so many things of that 2017 year to be proud of with the group, and many memories made with that bunch of guys.
I think you spoke about that really well there, Rory, but what about were you surprised that perhaps the reaction, we don't want to go into all that happened afterwards, but were you surprised at the reaction post the grand final?
Oh, yeah, we had a great list there, 18, 19, and then obviously Pikey stepped down at 19, Nixie comes in, and then it goes into COVID. That opens up a whole other kettle of fish. But, look, there are a lot of what-ifs with that group in 18, 19, but, look, it evens itself out with, we still had a great year in 2016, played in 2 finals, and then managed to play 3 finals, including a grand final in 17. Like, there aren't too many, poor memories that stick out with 18, 19. Like, we still played some great games. We were still around the hunt for finals, even though we didn't make it. Still look back on my time fondly. There aren't any what ifs. It's just all the good stuff that comes to the forefront with that crew that I was with for 8 years.
I don't know how you ended up going to the Gold Coast. What happened there? All of a sudden you were a Crow and then you were a Sun.
Yeah, that was over. Well, I was a free agent. Gold Coast offered me a great deal, and I was open to the prospects of going elsewhere. And Adelaide weren't in the position to match a contract also. So found my way up to the coast, for 4 years, and then coming back on the last year of that deal at Port.
God, how could you come back to Port? What were you thinking, Rory? Timmy's just flicked the bird. What were you thinking, Rory Atkins?
They've been great, mate. They've been great.
I know.
It's been good to see how the other side of town did it for a while, and they've welcomed me with open arms as well. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here. So, I wouldn't change the way any of this has gone at all.
Hey, Rory, you've had a lot of coaches. I think you mentioned Sando, Walshy, Campo for a short time, Pikey. You then went up to the Gold Coast. I do remember catching you up there at Noosa one day in the surf club, which I think everybody sees each other at the surf club at Noosa. But you were really enjoying yourself and enjoying your footing. I think you might have had a cracking year under Stewie Jew that time.
Yeah, I have had 9 head coaches, which is crazy.
Oh, my God.
Unreal.
over
wow
13 years. So I started with Sando, then Walshy, Campo stood in, then Pikey, Nixie, Dewey, Kingy, Dimmer, Kenny. So
wow, unreal.
Yeah, not too many guys get to say they've had that many head coaches, especially over 13 years. So that's something that I'll look back on, and being able to experience all these different coaching styles and personalities as well, which is I find quite interesting. And yeah, had a good year under Dewey, but it didn't work out for us or him over that year. I think in my third year at the Suns, I played 17 games, and then Dimmer come in and he had other plans, which is perfectly fine. So I played 2 games last year under him, and that's just the way the game works. It's a tough game, and after 13 years, the game doesn't owe me anything. It's just the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah. Your year at Port Adelaide, you really have been mentoring and probably getting a little snapshot into what it's like as a coach on the field. Of Port Adelaide's young'uns, who's going okay, you reckon?
I really like the look of Harrison Ram out there. Been playing in the back line with him over the last couple of weeks. Obviously, tough task mid-year coming in, whole new game plan, whole new system, but just his ability to lock away the opponent's best key forward and then, do his thing with the ball as well has really stood out for me. And you see fourth year Hugh Jackson as well coming in, given his opportunity. You can see him improving by the week. So there are some exciting signs going around there.
You see the game well, Rory. You played that way. What now? Have you got your eye on anything? Anything in particular?
Oh, do you guys have a spare seat? Can we do a three-headed monster there? What's the go?
I like it. Rory, you wouldn't want this job. This is these are the cheap seats.
Actually, you might need an intermediate. Look, I've been on both sides, and there's usually blokes button heads.
Yeah.
Okay.
You never know. Nah, I'm just going to make the most of the next 4 weeks, and there could be more with the sample side at the minute.
No,
so, mate, I'll assess everything in the next 4 to 5 weeks. There's, as you know, Adelaide being a footy town, I'm not going to have to look too hard to find something to do. So I'm sure I'll keep yourself busy.
Oh, that's excellent, mate. I like where you're going with that. I think you are a coach in waiting.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, we'll see how it all goes. At the minute, still playing and still keen to see where this year can take me and how much fun I can have with the last, whoever knows how long, 4 to 8 weeks. So let's see.
Well, Rory, your best was bloody good. 13 seasons is a credit to you. 101 club is even better. To play in a grand final, you got some great memories. A lot to take with you, mate. Enjoy the rest. It goes bloody quick. We all know that. And you've given the people a lot of joy with the way you carry that ball and deliver it with that left leg, mate. Well done, and thanks for your time.
Thanks, lads. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
That's Rory Atkins deciding to retire his AFL career, but I don't think it's the last we've seen of him or heard of him.
Correct.
As he just mentioned there.
Mediator between you and I.
I love it. Rory Atkins, our guest.
Yeah, all thanks to Sharman Shelving, who've moved their showroom next door into the big white building. They're still at 412 North East Road. Great friends of the show. It is 13 minutes to 5. We'll get back to your calls straight after this break. We want you to tell us your left field changes to footy. What would you do? Those quirky ideas that you've handled all the time that you just want to now bring in. We'd love to hear them, 8223 0000. Here's your traffic.
Afternoon at Angle Park. A smash causing delays in Grand Junction Road near South Road. Kensington Park, 2-car collision on Glenburn Road at Eden Avenue with delays. Leawood Gardens, broken down truck also causing delays on the freeways you're heading outbound just past Mount Osman. And Hellicoe, traffic lights playing up on Lone Star Road at Patpa Drive. Camera this afternoon, Ashwin Parade at Torrensville. Budding songwriters from kindergarten to year 12, it's time to enter the ACMF National Songwriting Competition. See how to enter at acmf.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Join Rowey and Timmy G in the studio every afternoon with 5AA's live video stream of the Sports Show. Visit Stillwell Hyundai Nailsworth and take a test drive today to find your perfect Hyundai car. Main North Road, Nailsworth.
Australia, the wait is over. AC/DC are back. Power up at the BP Adelaide Grand Final, Sunday, November 30. One of the world's greatest rock bands, AC/DC, with special guests Amel and the Sniffers. Limited premium concert viewing tickets into areas A and B still available. All tickets include access to the BP Adelaide Grand Final on Sunday. Tickets at Ticketmaster.
You wake up and you're feeling a bit off. Your nose is runny, but maybe it's just a cold. That scratchy throat, though, that could be something worse.
Test for COVID, Flu A, Flu B and RSV in just minutes with Cell Life, the premium 4-in-1 rapid antigen test. Fast, reliable results. Make the smart choice for your health and your family. Insist on the brand the healthcare professionals prefer. Cell Life at leading chemists and Amazon. CELLIFE.
Some events leave a mark, and City to Summit is one of those. On Friday, 26th of September, join a powerful movement. Hundreds of everyday South Australians taking on a 21-kilometre trek from the heart of Adelaide to the summit of Mount Lofty.
You know why this is so good? It's scenic, it's fitness, it's team, it's working, and it's a great charity.
You hear a lot of people say, be in the moment.
Oh,
this is the moment.
This is a ripper. It's a physical challenge, we know that, but it's also a deeply personal one. Along the way, you'll walk beside young people whose lives have been changed by Operation Flinders. You'll also see firsthand how your support makes the difference.
Oh, absolutely. And in just 5 years, this event has raised over $250,000. Now, whether you're stepping up solo or with a crew, this is your chance to be of something really special.
Now, we have a passionate team here at 5AA already registered. I've got to make a point of looking
Join
at
in,
this.
mate.
I do.
Get
Absolutely loved and experienced it last year. City to Summit is close to sold out, but there is still time to support someone in need today. Search City to Summit and register online today.
Are you ready to unleash your vehicle's power beyond limits? Look no further than Battery World, your trusted battery experts. Discover our exclusive range of UASA automotive batteries. Engineered for unparalleled reliability and performance, UASA batteries will power your journey like never before. At Battery World, we test, we fit, and yes, we deliver. When it comes to powering your ride, trust the experts at Battery World. Visit us in store or online today. Battery World, power your passion.
Do you live in the western suburbs? From the airport to Outer Harbour and want the very best air conditioning for your home? Then look no further than Mannix and our big, blue, air, solar and warehouse sales outlet on Findon Road, Woodville South. Right next to the Woodville Fire Station. Buy air conditioning units to spare parts direct from our warehouse. Or get a free quote for a fully installed system designed for your needs. All from the SA name you know and trust.
Things are heating up at Adelaide's largest selection of fireplaces, the Home of Fire. Get up to 50% off wood, gas and electric heating and check out their outdoor kitchens.
Home of Fire for all your flaming needs.
The Home of Fire, 126 McGill Road, Norwood.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 9 minutes to 5. Campo's going to join us in Coach's Corner at 5 o'clock. We're taking your calls and your ideas, 8223 0000 on those left field changes you'd make to footy. This one from Dave at Semaphore. No ball ups, but alternative possession like in basketball.
No, that's left field. Hello, Stephen at Unley.
G'day, Rowey. G'day, Timmy. How are you?
Hey, Stephen.
Give us a left field.
Well, it's not so much a left field. A lady rang up not long ago talking about putting names on the back of Guernsey.
Yes.
And I've been thinking about this for years. The AFL is so behind, it's not funny. You look at every other code in the world, there is a name on a Guernsey. Now, if you want to make this more of an international flavour, you've got to put names on Guernseys. And if you want to help people understand who's on the field, especially when you've got new players introduced, you need to have names on Guernsey. I don't know why they don't do it. Is there a reason why they don't do it?
Maybe tradition, maybe the sponsor on the back of your jumper's worth more than a name.
I think that's what it is. They take commercial opportunity over the name.
Of course they do. It's the AFL.
Stephen,
sorry, the VFL.
Well, there's been a couple of texts in that mode, but there was one idea here that wanted to rotate the umpires. So that was an interesting one. So you're going to have less on the field, but you rotate them.
Okay.
So that was not a bad idea. Thought that was a bit left field. Enjoyed that. And this one was about getting rid of all the bench, right? The whole bench goes.
Mm-hmm.
You play 18, but you've got 6 subs. Now, you can only use those subs once, so there's no rotations. And that is a left field idea. So basically, you pick and choose when you activate those subs. But once you've done it, that player that comes off can no longer be a part of the game.
Yeah. Won't happen, but left field.
Wow, left field, like it.
Hello, Mark at Paraka.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. It's an interesting set of topics. My curiosity is why we haven't had, given that the person kicking in now from a point can come out beyond the depth of the goal square, why haven't we had a 25-metre arc? Because is that not the distance they can go? And it doesn't have to be white. It could be dark green or something. But then everybody knows that's where you can get to when you're kicking in.
Mark, I reckon the Waffle had a 25 and a 50 for years.
Yeah, they did.
And they might still have it. If anyone's from the Waffle, let me know.
Yeah.
But they had I know, I played with a 25 and a 50.
Yeah, and the thing about it was,
Thanks,
at that
Mark.
point, I don't know why the 10-metre square's there anymore, because it was only there for...
It's redundant now.
It's redundant.
You don't need it.
Because and I still don't think the player kicking it should be given a stat. That should be wiped out of...
Yeah.
Does the sample have a dotted 20-metre line at most grounds?
Not now.
No.
I reckon they used to.
They used to? Yeah.
I reckon they used to.
I reckon it was experimented with just for one season. And I
Okay.
know that Alberton had it as a training thing, and it might have been left on there.
Okay.
We don't want too many lines, do
No,
we?
you don't.
Hello, Craig.
Yeah.
Craig.
G'day.
Yeah, sorry, Rowey, Timmy. Hey, Timmy just stole my thunder.
Oh.
I'm a traditionalist, but seriously, having the square there is a waste of time now.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
sad.
They just run out. They can run 15, 20 metres without a bounce and kick it out.
I don't like it, Craig, do you?
Yeah, nah. It's the square's unfortunately not there anymore, is it? Really?
What about
It's
the
not
guy
needed.
running out that far? I don't really like that, do you?
Nah, I don't like it at all.
No.
Nah, it's garbage. You know, how far can they run?
I know why they did it, because it was about congesting it up and being able to get it back into their 50 really quickly, because you could only get to that 10-metre box and kick it. But what it's done for me is it's just a pointless square, and then he just wanders out. I don't know. I don't know whether it's helped
Well
or
done,
hindered.
Craig. That's a good one. A lot of people agreeing with the previous text. Get the umpires off the ground. All of them. What did I open up with as a left fielder?
Yeah, it was.
Get them off the ground.
That one's
Hello,
from
Pete.
Stephen at Prospect.
Hello, Pete.
Hey, how you going, Rory, Timmy?
Hey, Pete.
Hey, just a bit of a question. So Port don't have a first-round pick, do they,
No.
in the draft?
That's correct.
So if they lose every game, they'll end up with a first-round pick, won't they?
Yes, which they've given away to Gold Coast, I believe.
Yeah. It's gone.
Oh,
that
so
one's
it's no
gone.
use them tanking anyway.
It's
No use.
good at taking.
No use, Pete. This is not deliberate. That's, what you're saying is not deliberate.
So I'll ask this. We'll do it to Campo after. So Naz is available, apparently. Crows and Port are into him 100 miles an hour.
Well, Saints are too.
Would you've got no collateral. And I think there's some untouchables. I think Georgiadis is an untouchable.
I agree.
Bergman's an untouchable.
I agree.
Horn France is an untouchable.
Agree.
Rosie's an untouchable.
Agree.
And I'm going to put Power Pepper there. I just love that kid.
Yeah.
But you
done another knee anyway.
think that's right. You think about it. The only one that's of note, and this bloke is 100% untouchable, is Butters.
No,
but if you want to give something away, you've got to
Close
get
that
something.
down.
Would
Close
you
that
do
down.
Butters for Nas?
No.
Okay.
No. Not even.
Well, then you're not going to get him. Well, then you're not going to get him.
No worries at all. Not
on the same.
No, Zach Butters is on the table.
Timmy, that is a non-negotiable.
Even his name on that piece of paper, get it off the table.
Timmy, off.
Let's get the thoughts of Scotty Camporeale in Coach's Corner after the news.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Save up to $4,000 per suite on luxurious Kimberley expeditions with Silver Sea and Phil Hoffman Travel. Cruise for 10 days in all-inclusive luxury aboard Silver Sea's Silver Cloud. Sailing from Broom's stunning beaches to Darwin's tropical shores, the awe-inspiring horizontal falls and the untouched beauty of Ashmore Reef. Cruise departs 24th of July 2026. Book now to enjoy up to $300 exclusive onboard credit with the Platinum Cruise Club. Visit pht.com.au.
1 minute you've got a life in front of you and you're happy and you've got your family, and the next minute you've got nothing. And I thought to myself, this is the end of my life. I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow. But Hutt Street Centre straight away made me feel like I'm safe. I'm comfortable. There is another day tomorrow, and it's going to be a bright day. That's what Hutt Street is to me.
Step up to end homelessness by supporting Hutt Street Centre's Walk a Mile in My Boots. Register or donate today.
50 scorching summers, 50 freezing winters, and only one Morford Air helped us through it all. Adelaide's own homegrown family air conditioning company, Morford Air, has kept South Australians cool and warm for over 50 years. That's half a century of comfort. So when it's too hot or cold to bear, reach for the Morford Air. morfordair.com.au.
Morford Air. Why filter your whole home's water? Filter where it counts most for a fraction of the cost with Puritap. The best place to filter your water is right at the tap. Skip all the rust and gunk in your pipes and filter your water just before it hits your glass with a Puritap. Adelaide's most affordable, refreshing drinking water is just one call away. Cut the chemicals. Get the tap. Call Puritap now on 133 502 or visit puritap.com.au.
When we say police home care, a lot of people think...
Open up! It's police home care!
It's all right, we're just here to do the dishes.
When in fact, Police Home Care is an approved My Aged Care and registered NDIS provider, available to all South Australians. For quality aged care or disability care in your own home, search Police Home Care, taking care to everyone.
This is the sound of chef and business owner Tom sleep-talking.
Yes, chef. So many bills. Team happy. Keep the team happy.
He's feeling the pressure of running his own business, and it's costing him sleep.
Bills.
But it doesn't have to. Westpac Small Business Solutions can help keep the cash flowing and get Tom a good night's rest. Search Westpac Small Business Solutions to find out how we can help you. Eligibility, credit criteria, fees, T's and C's apply.
Up-to-the-minute news for South Australia. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
A possible shower tonight, a shower or two tomorrow with a high of 15. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig. A full-day doctors' strike tomorrow has been called off, but some elective surgeries may still be cancelled. In place of strike action, SASMO has arranged a stop-work meeting tomorrow morning to discuss the government's latest pay offer. Most hospitals will be staffed at public holiday levels for the morning, with the expectation of returning to business as usual in the afternoon after the stop work. New York police have confirmed 5 people have died, including an off-duty officer, when a gunman opened fire inside a Manhattan office building. The shooter is also dead. He's been identified as a 27-year-old Las Vegas man who turned the gun on himself after opening fire. New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch says his motive is still unknown.
And we are working to understand why he targeted this particular location. 345 Park Avenue is a commercial office building whose tenants include the NFL, Rudin Management, KPMG and Blackstone.
Well, a man's in custody after another shooting in the US, which has left 3 people dead at Reno's Grand Sierra Resort. The state opposition says taxpayers should not have to foot the bill for the Premier's legal battle with former Labor MP Annabelle Digance. She's suing Peter Malinauskas for $2.3 million, alleging wrongful arrest and malicious prosecution after blackmail charges against her and her husband were dropped. Deputy Opposition Leader Josh Teague says Labor needs to clean up its own mess.
South Australians should not have to bear the burden of costs that are associated with what must rank as the most shameful moment in Labor's recent history.
Around 3 million Australians are expected to benefit from a cut to student debt, which has now passed Federal Parliament's lower house. The proposed legislation will reduce HECS debts by 20%. It's expected to pass the Senate with the opposition's support. Education Minister Jason Clares told Parliament it'll make a big difference to many graduates.
A lot of those are young Australians, just out of TAFE, just out of university, maybe just out of home, certainly just getting started. They're teachers, nurses, tradies, doctors, paramedics, midwives, vets.
And the Albanese government is working on the assumption it'll continue to face a tariff of 10% on goods sold to the US. But President Donald Trump has flagged he may increase the baseline levy by up to 20%. The new impost would apply to countries which are yet to reach a trade deal with the Trump administration. Ultraviolet light is being used to lower the number of respiratory infections in aged care facilities. The technology purifies the air, deactivating harmful microorganisms like viruses and bacteria. Flinders University Professor Geraint Rogers says it could be used in several places.
You could put them in childcare settings or hospital settings that are dealing with vulnerable people. There really is no limit to the context where you could set these things up.
Turning to 5AA sport, and Port Adelaide forward Jack Lukosius has been ruled out of this weekend's trip to Geelong due to a minor calf strain. He pulled up sore in the final quarter of Saturday night showdown, while Lockie Jones will be tested this week after being subbed out with a cork thigh. Benny Barrett suffered a syndesmosis injury during Saturday's Sandford game and will undergo surgery in the coming days. And a retirement announcement today from Alberton, with Port Adelaide defender Rory Atkins hanging up the boots at the end of the season. The 31-year-old arrived from Gold Coast during the 2024 trade period, following 4 seasons with the Suns and 8 years prior to that at the Crows. The AFL concedes there's a bit of a gap between the league's best and worst as the industry comes together in Melbourne. Eddie Summerfield reports.
From AFL executives to club bosses down, a 2-day industry summit with hundreds from the coalface is focusing on growing and improving the great Australian game. Andrew Dillon addressing delegates.
Work better together to promote what's the best game in the world.
The golf in the top 9 clubs racing for finals and the bottom 9 being out of contention on the agenda.
What we do have is an incredibly tight competition at the pointy end.
A defence of Thursday night football.
The games are still rating pretty well. They're still pretty well attended, but we'll take on board the feedback.
As well as the AFLW running at a reported annual $50 million loss. Dillon insisting the league's current August to November season, a chance for it to shine.
We've got a really solid base from which I think we'll grow.
And the Aussies have completed an unbeaten tour of the Caribbean, winning the T20 series against the West Indies 5-0. The Aussies victorious in Game 5 by 3 wickets. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Angle Park. Delays clearing from nearly a smash Grand Junction Road near South Road. It's good news for the drive home. Still got a 2-car collision at Kensington Park to look out for. Glenburn Road at Eden Avenue. And a broken down truck still causing delays and headaches at Leewood Gardens. It's on the freeway outbound just past Mount Osman. Cameras for the drive home tonight, Cudmore Terrace, Henley Beach, and you'll find another on May Terrace at Lockley's. Power up Android on Telstra. Discover great deals and a range of Android devices on Australia's best mobile network. Visit Telstra in-store or online today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A possible shower tonight and a shower or two tomorrow, a high of 15. Partly cloudy on Thursday, also 15, and more of the same for Friday. At the moment, 12. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, exclusive. A former detective's claim of shocking new information in the Beaumonts case. Mass murder in Manhattan. A gunman storms a skyscraper and opens fire. The cutting-edge technology using UV light to target airborne viruses in Adelaide nursing homes. And why banks are refunding millions to customers. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA. The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 7 minutes after 5 on this terrific Tuesday. Still to come, South Aussie boxer Callum Peters will join us just before 6 o'clock. We'll speak to Ned McHenry. He'll be in the studio from 6 tonight. And your calls as well, 8223 0000. We're talking about those left field changes to footy. We might get the thoughts of this man coming in next. And make sure you're tuning in on the Ranella Hyundai live stream on Facebook and YouTube. Let's get into Coach's Corner.
On the 5AA Sports Show, this is Coach's Corner with Scott Camporeale. Thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods, proudly baking for hundreds of South Australian businesses for 35 years. Greatness in the making.
Yeah, we love it when Campo's in on a Tuesday. Welcome.
Thanks, guys. Good to be here.
Now, there is an AFL summit on. Do you have a left field change you'd make?
Well, it's not a change. I think we did it in the pre-season comp.
I like the 9-pointer when
Which
we
was
had
outside 50.
which is outside 50. You got 9 points for it.
Okay.
I just thought, it's a bit like, with the netball. You see it with the netball with
They've
that
done the
sort of-
super shot.
the
Yeah.
3-pointer in the. I actually didn't mind it because. If you're that 9 points down, there's a set play part of it. Because I remember going through that as a coach, as a midfield coach. Well, what can we do if we're 9 points down? You talk about what happened with Melbourne and St Kilda on the weekend. There's those little, set plays that you can come up with. And I just think that adds to the game, So you think, and there's not many guys can knock it over from that distance either. It's not.
Could imagine the valley with them going up.
Yeah. So you think of the guys, perhaps in Port's
Houston,
team,
Farrell,
those sort of guys. Jordan Dawson,
Smith.
Brody Smith, those guys that actually can kick it that far. Just something a little bit different. And we have tried it in the pre-season, but it's never really
changed basketball 3 points, didn't it?
Yeah,
it changed the whole game.
But not for a better game either, I don't reckon.
Okay. I do like watching some old footage where they didn't have it because it made the plays more important.
Yeah, Michael Jordan and Larry Bird, it's nothing like that. Left field ideas. Campo, 82230000. Another mighty win and result by the Crows. They smashed them.
Well,
we called
I'm
it.
trying to. Because Timmy's my mate, and I don't want to beat up on him.
But we've already been beat up on.
Yeah,
So
I know. And it's been a tough 48 hours.
You could not look at anything and go.
Well, there was nothing that you really took out of the game. I guess the one. The positives were the Crows, obviously, and how they're going about it. And we know
there were two stories. How good are the Crows
Isn't
and
it
how
funny,
bad
though,
Port?
now how the media now are jumping on board? You hear all the footy, you think, this person's now saying, Adelaide have gotten wanting for nothing. I haven't heard anything up until about 3 weeks ago.
No.
And now all of a sudden they're, the top of the pops.
Everybody's,
But anyway, I reckon the positive out of it, and this is for you, Timmy, more, you learn more out of those things, I reckon, and let's take a step back to when Rowey lost his barrels last year against Richmond.
I threw all the chairs around the office.
But I reckon you learn a lot out of that. And if you don't learn a lot out of that, because it's easy to win by 100 points, you go, geez, everything's all going well. But for a team where Josh is taking over, I reckon he walks away, disappointed with the result and perhaps some of the effort. But okay, these are the real gaps that we've got. So you can take a positive out of it from a coaching perspective and go, you know what, our transition game's no good. Our contested possession, we got beat up. We got beaten up around the clearances. So there's all these things that you can sit there. So he can now go, particularly Josh, not so much Ken, but he can sit there and go, right, where's the list management? Where are we at? Where are our gaps? And how can we improve it to get to this level? Because the numbers haven't changed in terms of what the top 4 teams are doing for the last 7 or 8 years, right? So the model's there. You've just got to be able to get the clientele to come in. And Adelaide went and fixed a couple of holes. They went and got Cummings. They went and got Peatling. They went and got Neil Bullen to add to that group. They had some organic growth in terms of some of their high draft picks, and some guys have been able to play out of their skin as well. So that comes with confidence. But I think there's, yes, as I said, the positive for Adelaide about how they're going about outstanding, and to kick that score in those conditions was frightening. But there was hardly any pressure, so the pressure gauge was like
that last
218 at Adelaide for the whole game.
So what was Port?
I didn't get the last game, but it was 195, so it was okay.
What about the last quarter?
I haven't checked the last quarter, but
8 goals to nothing.
8 goals to nothing suggests not very high. But you've been, and I did it with you prior to the game starting. I said the most worrying factor for Port Adelaide is they're 17th in all the hard ball gets, stats, ground ball gets, everything you've been screaming at me for 2 years over, has been exposed once again. So when you say you get your learnings out of this, I'm a little bit fed up with rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Well, and we prefaced that on the night, Timmy, if you remember. We said, well, is it something that the coaching group, and maybe not Ken, because does he not value those things? Right, so you
I can't imagine he wouldn't.
Well, I don't know, but if you look at if you have a look at Damien Hardwick, but if you have a look at Damien Hardwick's team over he never valued clearance.
Yeah, right.
So his was all about turnover game. It's interesting now because the list that he's got, he's now valuing contested possession and clearance because he's got Rowey and Anderson and these guys. Whereas before, he had Dustin Martin, he had, Prestia, he had these guys who were a little bit more a transition type team. So he played to that strength. So that's the art of coaching and the list that you get sometimes or you inherit, which is what what he's done
to do.
And I think he's got some really good pieces, particularly through the midfield. and I did a little bit of work around who's got the best, because, as a philosophy, best midfield wins, right? That's my philosophy as a coach. And if you have a look at over the top 8 teams, who's got the depth, who's got, some differences, who's got flexibility, who's got those things over the course of 25.
midfield?
Well, that helps, but, sometimes you can have that, but you can also defend with the ball too. So you can get some of your deficiencies in your defence can be protected by how you move the ball or how you score as well on the flip side.
Just to back up what you said, the percentage of total score from clearances, the number 1 team is the Gold Coast Suns.
Yep.
Percentage of total score from turnover, the 18th team is the Gold Coast Suns.
Yep.
Now, that's a coach that's playing a game style that suits his players.
And I don't think he would be happy with that because, as we've said during the calls throughout the year, normally 65% of your score comes from turnover. So that's where you put most of your eggs in your basket, but there's still the opportunity because if you're not good at clearance, you lose field position, and if you're not a great transition team, you're trying to score out of your back half, if that makes sense, because you're losing field position. Now I've got to get it 150 metres down the other end of the ground. So there's a balance in all that, don't get me wrong, and if you have a look at the top 4 teams, Brisbane, Adelaide, Geelong and Collingwood have all got that balance really well.
You were spot on. I was just going to say that. A team's total score comes from only 3 sources: turnover, clearance and kick-ins. So if the top 4 teams are them, I'm going to put Hawthorn in there as well. Kick-ins, Crows are 14th, Lions are 18th, Collingwood 15th, Hawthorn 16th. They're going through this. Turnover, Crows are 3rd, Lions are 1st, Collingwood are 5th, Hawthorn are 4th, Geelong are 3rd. Stoppages, Crows are 16th, Lions are 17th, Hawthorn are 15th, Geelong's 14th. That is a trend. Those top 5 teams' score sources are all but the same, barring a couple of positions.
And that hasn't changed since I've been coaching and now I've been out of it. So I've been out of it 5 years. Isn't it? So the blueprint is there, and that's why, you see on Fox Footy they have that, that diagram of the window, the premiership window. Because the numbers don't lie. Now, the art of that is now we've got to get the list to do it. That's the art. So have you bottomed out? Adelaide have bottomed out, right? So then they were able to they got draft picks in. Port Adelaide probably they were in that stage where they were playing finals, Timmy, and they probably lost some draft picks and some early draft picks to try and help maybe see if we could get that. So that's the balance of what you're going to do. And Collingwood are probably at the moment, they're thinking, no, we want players. And you heard Craig McRae again, we want players. I don't want draft picks. So I'm here to win premierships and I'm in for the now and I'll win and I'll go after the now. Whoever inherits that
good luck.
is going to be maybe in a little bit of trouble.
I know the Crows have got Collingwood coming up. Do you rate them?
Look, they're a very good defensive team. That's what they are. And they play the MCG better than anyone in the comp. And they play there a lot. I think they've got so if you have a look at, their midfield, in terms of their depth and their talent chart, you got both Dacos's, Pendlebury, Ned Long, De Goey's about to come back in, Tom Mitchell, Crisp, Sidebottom, and you got Darcy Cameron. That's a decent midfield that helps fill a lot of holes. And then they're dangerous ahead of the ball with a lot of mediums. They don't have a lot of tools, but they all hit the scoreboard. So you think about even those midfielders. So Dacos hits the scoreboard, De Goey does, Josh Dacos does, Cripps does, Sidebottom does. So they pick up the slack rather than if you look at Adelaide or perhaps Geelong, they've got key forwards that hit the scoreboard. Their midfielders aren't necessarily goal scorers. So I rate Collingwood, no question. But I reckon there's a couple of indiscretions, in terms of their contested possession is not probably where it should be. Their stoppage game's probably not where it should be.
Saw last night, I think might have been Kane Corns putting up a piece on Adelaide and Port Adelaide, of course, the thrashing. One of the things he pointed out was what Adelaide have done in the gym in the past sort of 3 to 4 years. And I know, having had Burjo at Port Adelaide, how hot he is on the gym and the track, gym and the track. And he pointed out several players and their body transformations at Adelaide.
Look at Thilthorpe.
Yeah, and he wasn't even, top of the Wazza on that. There was players like Nick Murray and just the changes in it. So and I think, to be fair, Dave from North Haven was way ahead of Kane Corns on this factor anyway, about Port Adelaide going into the gym and coming out looking exactly the same. They do have a lot of slight bodies.
Yeah.
And Crows are now number 1 at broken tackles in the league. So they've been working on that for a long time. Port Adelaide, I don't know what their number is, but I reckon sticking tackles is an issue and probably breaking tackles would be the next issue.
Yeah, I mean, strength is one thing, but when it comes to tackling, my philosophy, and this is once again me, that, as you know, tackling is between the ears. Like, you can have some poor technique, but if you're intense, right, I don't reckon you miss too many over the course of the journey. Like, not too many. Even the slider guys, if you're intense, right, I reckon you can still take down the ones that you need to. But if you're just that little bit off with your intent to do it, I reckon you get exposed. But, yeah, I don't look at, you think if I was looking at Port, you think, like Horn Francis is probably, like he's strong. And you can see that he's got that. Ollie Wines is in that phase. Sam Powell-Pepper is around that sort of thing. But, if you go across the board, it's very hard to judge, now, is it strength in the gym or is it strength in terms of being over the ball and being able to compete versus one-on-one? Because I think we've had this discussion before. Brett Ratton, who's a great teammate of mine, strong as an ox over. You could not move him. He could hardly bench 75 kilos. So you can't. So it's
he was a little wombat.
But I tell you what, between his knees and his upper torso, you couldn't move him.
I was just going to make the point. The best tackler I played with was a bloke with the name of David Marshall, who played on the wing.
Yep.
You could not get past him, and it was his technique. Yep. He just looked at the hips and just hung in there, and he would wrap you up. The best tackler.
Yeah.
And he wasn't strong, and he probably couldn't even bench, sorry, Marsh, if you're listening, 20 kilos.
But, yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, the gym
it's a
one...
technique thing. And a want. I think it's a want, and a will, and a technique.
But I reckon the gym one is around... There's two parts to it. One, it's about longevity in the game and making sure that you can actually play the game at the level because it demands you a lot. And the second part is that it gives you confidence as a player to feel like I'm physically ready, like placebo. If I'm standing next to you and I'm there going, geez, I feel like I'm in better nick than what you are, or I'm stripped, I don't have, those sort of carrying the extra kilos or whatever.
Papley v string.
That was good banter. Did you see the banter? That's great.
God. Now, after the break, we're going to talk about this player that's pretty much coming to Adelaide. We don't know whether it's the Crows or Port. His name is Naz Wanganeen,
he's coming, is he?
Who won a game off his own boot. Well, it looks that way. Now, there are two clubs vying for him. Forget about the money. A club's going to need to be able to trade for him. So I'm going to give this to you over the break. Have a think about it and answer it. If you were Port and they've got no, what would you call it? They've got no equity, collateral, capital. They've got no picks, no capital. Would you call it that?
As far as draft
So
picks.
A player has to go. Would you trade Naziah Wanganeen-Miller for Butters? And if you were the Crows, would you trade Naziah Wanganeen-Miller for Josh Rochelle? Hold your thought. Hold your thought. We're going to come back with your answer.
Some big questions. You can have your say too. Weigh in for Unique Homestyle Foods. Campo's in Coach's Corner. Here's your roads.
At Kensington Park, delays clearing from nearly a two-car collision on Glenburn Road at Eden Avenue. Works to look out for at St Peters, Painter Road near Winchester Street. Starting to get busy O'Halloran Hill, the Southern Expressway to Majors Road for the works on the ongoing on and off ramps. And got cameras Cudmore Terrace, Henley Beach and May Terrace at Locklicks tonight. Woolworths spring water bottle, 600ml 24-pack was $9.50, now just $8. Low shelf prices on hundreds of products from Woolworths. While stocks last, may not be available at all stores or online. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
This week is Buy SA Week, and here at 5AA, we're celebrating the best of our local produce and experiences.
All week on 5AA Breakfast, we'll be chatting with the local legends behind your favourite SA brands and giving you the chance to win each morning. From everyday essentials to incredible experiences, we're spotlighting the businesses that make our state great.
It's all thanks to Brand SA. Support local and buy SA for SA. Look for the state logo on products during your next shop.
Deliver more with Toyota, the world's #1 forklift brand. Choose from a great range including pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts, right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift.
You wake up and you're feeling a bit off. Your nose is runny, but maybe it's just a cold. That scratchy throat, though, that could be something worse.
Test for COVID, Flu A, Flu B and RSV in just minutes with Cell Life, the premium 4-in-1 rapid antigen test. Fast, reliable results. Make the smart choice for your health and your family. Insist on the brand the healthcare professionals prefer. Cell Life at leading chemists and Amazon. CELLIFE.
Timmy tends to sing the jingles on things. I'm going to try one here. Now, if you're starting to feel a little bit cold, you need to speak to SA's most trusted name in heating, Mannix Air Conditioning.
Excellent. Well, I'm thinking of the client. Mannix are the experts in heating, cooling and solar for your home. So not only will they get the right advice for you, but they'll also have the biggest brands in air conditioning at Adelaide's best prices.
They're a great South Australian
You're
family
going to finish with the jingle too now.
Red and blue is in their logo. That's why I love them. Not only can Mannix design and install the right heating, cooling or solar system to keep your home comfortable all year round, but with their 4 big warehouse sales outlets, you can find everything you need at Adelaide's best prices. From roomies, splits, ducted, portables, spare parts and more. They are truly the one-stop shop, Mannix. I'm sorry.
That was good.
Yeah, right,
much better than the first one. So they've been doing this for years. They are very experienced. From everything air and solar, get a free quote today from SA, name that you know and trust, Mannix Air Conditioning.
Hello, this is Roger from Optical by National Pharmacies.
Hey, is there a 20% off sale?
There's no sale.
Oh, I missed it.
No, you can still save 20%.
What?
It's just not a sale.
Then what is it?
It's just 20% off frames, lenses and sunglasses.
So like a sale?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not really.
Oh.
You just need a National Pharmacies membership. You can join in store today.
Oh, a membership.
Yeah, with Optical by National Pharmacies, you've got this. Terms and conditions apply.
When we say police home care, a lot of people think...
OK, Margaret, I need you to step away from the vacuum cleaner.
When in fact, Police Home Care is an approved My Aged Care and registered NDIS provider, available to all South Australians. For quality aged care or disability care in your own home, search Police Home Care, taking care to everyone.
Organ and tissue donation saves lives. Register as an organ donor today at donatelife.gov.au or through Medicare. And be the reason someone else gets a second chance at life.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It is 26 minutes after 5. It is a Tuesday. We're in Coach's Corner, all thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods, and we've got your calls, 8223 0000.
So who's untouchable at Port Adelaide? Timmy and I went through them. Georgiades, Bergman, Horn Francis, Rosie, Butters, Power Pepper. If you want to get Naz, are you doing that trade?
No.
No way in the world.
Yeah, I'm with you.
The thing is, with the draft, I'm pretty sure I stand corrected. I think you can move your draft picks 2 years out now. Is that coming? I think pretty sure it's coming in this year.
Is it this season?
I think it's this year.
Mm.
So they can still move some capital in terms of draft picks to get him, but what it does is it keeps pushing back. You know what I'm saying? So if they might go, well, we haven't got one this year, but we can go 2027. We might be able to see if we can do a deal to get it somewhere there. We might shift a couple to this year to see if we can get him through a draft, but I wouldn't be doing Zach Butters for him.
What about Rochelle for Naz?
I'd do that.
Yeah, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd do that.
And that's nothing against Josh. Josh is fantastic.
I think he's, I think he's going to be an important cog in September if they can get him fit, because I think he adds something else and some X factor.
Yep.
You know, and you've seen it grand final day. You see what Lohmann did against Brisbane. I think he can have that X factor if they get to grand final, because they know that they're going to go after Rankin. They know they're going to go after Dawson, to stop teams winning. And I think he's one that could perhaps kick 3 or 4 in a grand final and help you win. But if you're talking like right now, no, I wouldn't.
No.
Excuse me.
Is it just coincidence? Josh Rochelle out, Alex Neil-Bullen, unbelievable form.
Yeah, I think
and you know how they have roles. Well, I know that, but he's unbelievable form.
Yeah, no, he's in great touch.
And Rankin's playing more forward, which you and I like.
Playing more forward.
That's it.
Isn't it interesting, though? Like, Rankin's form's dipped a little bit on the base because he hasn't been able to go through the midfield to perhaps lose a player, because what he does, as good as anyone, is he slips midfield forward and he gets under your skin, and that allows him to get involved in the game. Now he's playing as a permanent forward, and that's why I think is important now.
Yeah. And spot on, Campo. The new AFL rules this year, you can trade 2 picks 2 years into the future.
Yeah. So there'll be some capital there that they'll be able to use.
Let's get to Kensington Gardens. G'day, Cyril.
Hey, boys.
Cyril.
Now, look, Justin Reid has to step up to the plate, Rowey.
Well, his last 3 years you can't fault, Cyril.
No, I'm not potting that, but I'm talking about Port beating us for Horne-Francis and Lukosius. We went for both of those. Now Wanganeen Miller. This lad's got many of the attributes of Andrew McLeod. That's how good he is.
Oh, he's good.
But they've got to do whatever it takes, Rowey.
Yeah, well, I don't think they were ever in on Horne-Francis. I'd love to get that, and I think they dodged a bullet with Luco. Would Luco make our team now, Cyril? Where would Lukosius play? Where would Lukosius be in our team?
Well,
I don't reckon he'd make our team, mate.
Whether he'd make it or not is another thing, but they were after him. Like Justin Reid.
Yeah, but you can be after somebody if you get them for the right price. That's a tick.
Yeah.
But you're not paying overs, are you?
No, you're not paying overs.
I think you're being a bit harsh to pot this management team over that one, Cyril.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Cyril's harsher than me.
Yeah.
But I'll give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
You can't fault that, this management.
Yeah, well, it's like
from Dawson to Rankin to Alex Neil-Bullen to Cumming to Beatley to, mate, you couldn't
Port spoke to both Dawson and Rankin, probably with the knowledge that they were, batting 10.
What did they give up?
They
What did they give up for Lukosius? What did Port give up for Lukosius?
It was their first round pick goes to
next year.
This year's draft to the Gold Coast.
It's a big one, isn't it? That plus what they did for Radigalia plus
Horne-Francis too.
Yeah, but it's the Horne-Francis one.
You do that all day, every day.
Yeah, I think that's enough. He's the number one player, number one pick. So you've got to give up something of equal value. But the Lukosius one, the one that Adelaide's lucky they got out of was the Petty one. That's the one that's that's the one they got.
They were into him.
All right, Campo, thanks for coming in, mate. Really appreciate it. Unique Homestyle Foods, proudly baking for hundreds of South Australian businesses, large and small, for 35 years. Hustlers in the baking industry. Visit uniquehomestylefoods.com.au. Bring us Campo.
Yes, you'll hear Campo with us on Friday night footy when the Crows and Hawks go to battle at Adelaide Oval. It's 5:30 headlines time.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. Some patients may still be impacted by tomorrow's 2-hour stop work meeting by doctors, even though a full-day strike has been called off. It's unclear why a gunman targeted a New York office building, shooting 5 people dead before turning the gun on himself. Cancer survivors can now donate blood after a 1-year wait. And Australia's completed an 8-match clean sweep of its tour of the West Indies. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Kensington Park, delays clearing from an earlier 2-car collision on Glendaburn Road and Eden Avenue. Works at Campton Park to look out for. Anzac Highway near Cross Road. Also activity at St Peters, Paynham Road near Winchester Street, and super slow as we speak, South Road at Mile End. Quite busy Brighton Road, Brighton, with a camera at North Street at Henley Beach. KFC have just dropped 30 nuggets for $10 today only. Get lit with KFC this Christmas in July, only on the app. Pick up only while stocks last. Max 1 redemption. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
A possible shower tonight, a shower or two tomorrow with a high of 15. At the moment, 12. More news at 6 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
The cost of the desal plant that's being built near Port Lincoln.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
That's blown out by $140 million. $140 million. It's now going to cost $470 million.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Ben Hood, what's the opposition's take on this, Ben?
We've got a $140 million blowout at the start of a project.
5AA Breakfast.
The problem with spin from this government is that spin actually runs out eventually when you've got to tell the public.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
And here
here is your room. Have a nice day.
This can't be the place. Is that the bed? Oh, gross!
Nothing like a bug symphony to set the mood. Luckily for you, I can't play any instruments. Next time, chat with an RAA travel agent so you don't have to hang with Chirps a lot over here.
Book an appointment with RAA travel agents and elevate your holiday. RAA, it's better to be a member.
Get saving now with City Discount Tyres. We're offering great deals on the world's top brands in tyres, wheels, suspension and parts. Suitable for four-wheel drives, SUVs and passenger cars, including Falcon, Michelin, Pirelli, Kumho, Hankook and many more. Finance options available. Search citydiscounttires.com.au and locate your nearest dealer today. City Discount Tyres. We're driven by value.
Things are heating up at Adelaide's largest selection of fireplaces, the Home of Fire. Get up to 50% off wood, gas and electric heating and check out their outdoor kitchens.
Home of Fire for all your flaming needs.
The Home of Fire, 126 McGill Road, Norwood.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Head to the Excelsior Hotel every Thursday and get $10 off steaks. The Excelsior Hotel, 110 Coghlan Street, Brompton. Feels like coming home, but better. Is it the best Beechwood home ever made? Possibly, but there's always more to come from Beechwood. Introducing the Caliente, now open for viewing. The Caliente is a multi-level masterpiece of design, innovation and style. Taking inspiration from Palm Springs and California, it's definitely a conversation starter. The team at Beechwood can't wait for you to see it at 10 Simon Crescent, Craigburn Farm. Open Saturdays and Sundays, 1 to 4:30 p.m. Life's good. It's even better in a Beechwood home.
Steinborner has done it again. The Jack T9 Ute has landed at Jack Motors in Gawler. Enjoy a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, 7-year unlimited K warranty, 7-year roadside assistance, 7-year capped price servicing. The Jack T9 impresses with a turbocharged diesel engine, 4x4 dual-range transmission, 3-ton towing capacity, and it can easily handle a full-size Aussie pallet with a 1,045-kilo payload. All this from $39,990 drive away. Jack Motors, it's well worth the trip. Gawler, Barossa and Clare, or at gawlerjackmotors.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 25 minutes to 6. Ned McHenry ain't too far away. He'll join us in the studio ahead of the fishing show, which starts in an hour's time on 5AA. Callum Peters, a rising star of Australian boxing. He's got a few big clashes coming up. We'll follow his story and join him very shortly. And, of course, we are calling upon you, 5AA, to shine a light on remarkable South Australians aged 70 and over. It's the old tongue twister. We're on the search for 7 sensational South Australians over 70 who continue to achieve, lead and inspire. If you know someone sensational, nominate them at the website 5AA.com.au. Recognise their outstanding contributions to our community. All thanks to 5AA and ECH. If you want more retirement living and home care service choice from the one provider, get more choice with ECH.
Yeah, well, CLK Legal, I can tell you, Jordan Butts is still listed as 1 to 2, but he's going to be doing some competitive work, which is great news. Lachlan McAndrew, now he's the 211-centimetre ruckman that the Crows stole from my club, Norwood. He's got a broken jaw. So I would be tucking Rolly O'Brien into bed every night.
That must have happened in the sample game.
It did. Yes. Broken jaw.
Right, so he didn't come off? So
No.
Sometimes you play on and you
right.
know it's not right, but yeah.
He can't chew corn off a cob, mate.
Well, that's not good.
So he's out for 4 weeks. Max Michaelini is listed as 4 to 6, which is bad. And Josh Rochelle is tracking beautifully. So he could also be back with Max for that sample game at the end of the season in that bye. CLK Legal, couple of big injuries there.
All right. Try and be as quick as I can. Logic Jones will be a test. It says a corky, so he might come up all right. Jack Lukosius definitely out for 1 to 2. You got young Moss out with the ankle. Ryan Burton, I don't think he'll return this year. Benny Barrett's done an ankle TBC. Now, Horn Francis season, Cochrane Tom season, Todd Marshall season, Sampel Pepper knee season, Radigalea hamstring season, Byzantini ankle season, Xavier Walsh shoulder season, and the rumour is Miles Bergman is going in to have shoulder surgery and won't play another game.
You heard
this season. CLK Legal injury report.
You got Geelong in Geelong. Goodness me. Let's go to Edinburgh. Phil. Fearless Phil.
How you going, boys? Two things. How about
the father-son rule, just one rule for all 18 clubs.
Yes, spot on.
Love it.
The one that interests me is the longest one that's in a drought of a premiership gets first-round draft pick.
That's left field.
St Kilda just gets number one draft pick till they win a premiership.
Okay. So the topic is left field because the AFL's had a summit.
They got a
Phil's come
summit
on
right
and said,
now.
why don't you make the father-son rules all the same for every club?
Which it should be.
That left field, it's ridiculous.
That left field.
But it should be the most obvious.
That left field, it's almost common sense.
It is. Phil, great call. Hello, Brad at One Tree Hill.
Yeah. Good evening, young Rory and Timbo. Now, before I go on about mine, you confused me what you said before, Rowey.
What?
I'd like you to fix it up. When we were talking about players with their numbers, their names on the backs and with hyphenated names. And you said, well, how would that work with a player of two dads?
Yeah.
And I thought, that is a biological impossibility for a person to have two dads.
Well, how do people have hyphenated names if they don't have two dads?
You're on to win, Brad.
Zirk Thatcher, Horn Francis. You've got a number. You've got who's the other rooster that plays the forward line? Darcy Byrne-Jones. God.
Yeah. Could I get on to what I want to talk about?
Go for it. Brad, you've rung. It's your show. Go.
Yeah, okay. Now, we all know that the MCG's got the grand final stitched up until hell freezes over. It's never going to go anywhere.
No.
My thoughts are, it'll never happen because it's not a money spinner, is that 80% of the tickets are reserved purely for the Joe Blogs, the average bloke in the street. And the 20% they can go to corporates and the hangovers.
Yeah.
At least the average Joe Blow will give him a go to see his team.
Yeah, Brad, I like that. Ain't ever going to happen. Again, it's too logical. It's too smart. It's the right thing to do. It has integrity, but it won't happen. Let's go to Robe. Hello, Jim.
G'day, Rory.
Hello,
Timmy G.
G'day, Jim.
I've got one tonight which I did bring up on the Saturday morning show, and it's the holding the ball when they bounce it down. Now, all the umpies are trying to bounce the bloody ball with their hand on each end. Now, if you know anything about physics, you turn the ball around, you got much less chance of getting it wrong by having the ball side by side, held by the hand side by side. And the other thing about to do the bounce, you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mick Abbott used to bounce exactly like that, Jim, when I was playing.
Yeah. Well, it seemed to go out of fashion. All of a sudden, they're holding an end around, and every bloke that tries to bounce it that way's got about a 100% chance of getting it wrong.
But if you get it wrong, you get a broken nose, Jim. The way you're saying.
That's right. If you do, and you won't do that too often.
That's true. That's left field, Jimmy. Good call. Hello, Joe at Henley Beach.
Hello, Rowey. Hello, Tim. How are you?
Good, thanks, Joe.
Good. I've got a couple of things, one left field or maybe outside the square. I think what we're trying to do is take the guesswork out of some of the umpiring decisions. I reckon we should mow in checkerboard, 7.5 metre square on every AFL used ground to give the umpires a bit of a visual on 15 metres for the kicks.
Ooh, checkerboard.
There's a good
wow,
thought.
like it, Joe.
And I reckon this one's not left field, but I just want to get your thoughts on, and what's prompted this is I was really disappointed after the game on Saturday night that Connor Rosie didn't front up for an interview and Zach Butters did. Would you give the captaincy to Zach next year to keep him at Port?
Oh, that wouldn't keep him. He wouldn't care.
Yeah,
He's a leader.
I don't think that'll hinge on that. I'm not sure. Was that on TV?
No,
you're
you're
referring to?
5AA.
Oh, just for 5AA, yeah. I know they obviously spread them around and get them to do different interviews. I don't know if he did.
Connor's fantastic.
Yeah,
he was with
good.
us not that long before. So
he was on last week with us. But yeah, I know what you mean. After a bad loss, you do want to hear from your leaders. But I think Connor's pretty good at that.
He's brilliant. I think Bergman is going for navigational training to know his north from his south. Too soon. That's from John. That's from John.
Johnny,
that was funny. Can we play this? Ralphie is AFL media. He's pretty good.
He's
in
Fox
his stuff. And he's Fox Footy as well.
Herald Sun.
And he's friend of show.
Friend of show.
Pals. We sent him a bottle.
Correct.
Harley Reid is a star and a potential superstar. I haven't seen it, but that's how it goes.
Well, yeah, okay, keep going. We'll discuss who he is player-wise afterwards.
Here's Ralphie.
West Coast has a $24 million decision to make on Harley Reid. He will sign in a heartbeat if they accept his counter-offer, which is 2 years to 2027 and then a 9-year contract extension. So in all, about $24 million over 11 years. He will not sign a 2-year deal at West Coast. He would ask for a trade. I think his view is there is guaranteed money in Victoria, and if he only signed for 2 years, he'd be passing that up. He's not prepared to do it. So he's aware that this salary cap goes up in 37% over the next 5 years. It is a massive decision for West Coast. Back him in as a generational player or realise that he will ask for a trade at the end of the season.
Well, the two leaders there is their footy manager, John Worsfold, who's quite conservative with these things, and the other one is Don Pike, who's very conservative, who's the CEO.
Those numbers don't suggest conservatism.
Well, no, this is what the player manager has tabled. Now they've got to consider it. So Harley Reid, 2 years to 2027, then what they're calling a player option, like an NFL style. So I'll sign for 2, but I make the decision for then the next 9. So they're talking $24 million over 11 years. That's $2 million a season.
A bit over.
Now the salary cap's going to go up 37% over the next 5 years. So this year's cap's 15.8 mil. By the time 2030 comes around, it's 21.4. So you think $2 million, the game can afford it, a team can afford it, a list management can afford it, but would you pay that? And would you pay that for Harley Reid?
I don't think it's so much, remember I said a few probably months ago, I reckon, to you that we've got to get used to these numbers exploding. Okay?
24 million.
What you end up saying is, okay, that's my number cap-wise. Who do I want in it and the like? So you are going to have the top-end players. What they've got to decide is Harley going to be that top-end midfielder for that decade that they want to spend that money on?
More so than that, would you build a team around Harley Reid?
And at the moment, probably the biggest concern I have for him is I see a lot of, what would you say, immature behaviour that I don't think's being managed.
Yeah, I'd build a team around Butters and a Rosie and Horne-Francis. I'd build a team around a Bontempelli type. I'd build a team around when he was young, a Pendlebury. I think
he's
this kid
Look,
yet.
I see that he's got a lot of drive in him. He's got a lot of want in him, and he's probably going to be a very tough and dynamic player. For how long, I'm not sure. But I just reckon he needs some really good leadership around him, and maybe Pikey and Worsfold.
That's what they'll be working on.
Produce that.
Yeah. Well, they got a bloke. His name's Elliot Yeo, but he's not on the park.
You can't keep making excuses for him when he does stuff and trying to let him off the hook.
24 million.
I know we just got to use those numbers. It's killing me.
Well, it's a no for me if I'm on the board. I'm
It's a no. It's
I'm
a no.
no.
All right.
Yeah, surely you keep them hungry.
Who are you getting then?
14-6. You can weigh in 8223 0000. Let's check your roads.
At Kensington Park, delays clearing from an earlier two-car collision, Glenburn Road and Eden Avenue. Slow for works at Camden Park, Anzac Highway near Crossroads, speeds at 40. Getting busy at Ridge Haven, North East Road near Dale Avenue. Got works to look out for at Brompton tonight, Torrens Road near Coghlan Street, and she is super slow at the moment, South Road at Myland. Quite busy, Decataville Terrace at Kent Town with a camera at Tapley's Hill Road at Glenelg North. Look for the RAA sign that over 400 independent RAA-approved repairers across SA. You know you can trust them because RAA do. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's Graham Goodings here. Join me this Friday in Rundle Mall, just outside Regent Arcade, as I broadcast live to celebrate Buy SA Week. Come and experience the flavours of South Australia with a delicious program of samplings, giveaways and SA's best produce as we get behind local producers and businesses. This Buy SA Week, remember to support local and Buy SA for SA. Just look for the state logo on products during your next shop. I'll see you Friday.
Organ and tissue donation saves lives. Register as an organ donor today at donatelife.gov.au or through Medicare. And be the reason someone else gets a second chance at life.
Hurry into Decor Extras for a massive lighting clearance sale. Save up to 80% on floor lamps, table lamps and pendants, including lighting shades, from just $5 to $50. So rush into Decor Extras now. 48 Henry Street, Stepney.
Now, it's still going, the Agostino Mitzi demo clearance sale. So if you're thinking about buying a new car, now is the time to do so. Right now, during Agostino Mitzi's demo clearance sale.
Well, it's simple as this. Agostino are way overstocked, so all demos must go. Now, there's no time like the present to go out, get that car you've been dreaming of. Now, for a lot less, you could be driving in a feature-packed Mitsubishi demo. How good.
Imagine being overstocked. Remember, you couldn't get a new car.
Yeah,
These guys are just
time.
brilliant.
Go and take advantage of
Chris and the team, that's it. So there's no shortage of great options available. And the thing everyone's been loving, every demo vehicle comes with its own 10-year warranty and 10-year cap price servicing. I'm telling you firsthand, that is outstanding.
Yep, Agostino Mitsubishi's demo clearance sale is now on, but only while stocks last. So head into Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes today. Come on.
Direct from London's West End comes the moving and powerful story of Simon and Garfunkel. The songs that evoke an era.
Within the sound.
Don't miss the Simon and Garfunkel story. Playing matinee and evening shows at the Norwood Concert Hall. Wednesday, August 20. Book now at Ticketek and the SimonandGarfunkelstory.com.
Living with diabetes? Ditch finger pricks with Freestyle Libre, the wearable sensor that monitors glucose levels straight to your phone. Trial it now for only $15 at freestylelibre.com.au. T's and C's apply. Follow directions for use.
Who can fix the shower?
Service today.
Who can fix the power?
Service today.
With thousands of positive reviews, it's no wonder that Service Today is the most recognised and respected home service company rated by Australians. Our licensed technicians can help with all your plumbing, electrical, heating, cooling and home security needs. So when you need reliable home services, at Service Today, the answer will always be, yes, we can.
Yes, we can, is what we say. Service Today.
Google Service Today to book one of our experts.
Your old hot water system can drive as much as 40% of your energy bill. Fortunately, you can upgrade to something that's 70% cheaper to run thanks to Right Price. They're the leaders in heat pumps and installation. Now's the time to upgrade and save money on a more efficient hot water system and take advantage of government incentives and free installation. Reduce your energy costs today with a heat pump from Right Price. Make the switch with Right Price Hot Water.
At Right Price, heating and cooling, you can get the price right at Right Price.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 10 minutes to 6. Ned McHenry in the studio very shortly.
Well, Callum Peters, 3 from 3 in his pro boxing. We spoke to him a number of times before and after the Olympics. The Ace Boxing and No Limit Boxing are proud to present an epic night of professional boxing tomorrow night. Callum Peters joins us now. Callum, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
3 from 3, mate, as a pro.
Yeah. Just keep counting. Just keep counting. That's the goal. Get those fights up.
Well, they're all first round knockouts. So are people still putting their hand up to fight you, or are they still running scared, Callum?
Well, this one hasn't run scared, Marcus. So it should be good. Should be good. Yeah, like the best place to learn is the ring. So come on, guys. If you're not going to fight me now, it's going to be harder to beat me later. Like I said, I'm going to get better by each day, every week, every month, every year. I'm just going to be a harder opponent to beat. So you got to get your opportunity now.
Yeah.
Before it's too late.
Who you got your eye on?
Well, it was Xavier Fletcher, but he's back on the line now. He lost his fight with Dom.
Yeah, well,
Dom gave him a good hiding.
Yeah, he can wait. He can wait for you, Callum.
Title. Yeah, he's got to wait now. He's got to wait for his turn.
I watched your last fight, and I know a couple of guys had to pull out for whatever reasons, but I think it was Luca Lanigan. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah, Luca. He put his hands up to fight me.
He did, but I reckon within about a minute he'd regretted it. He looked a bit nervous to me, Callum.
No, look, the first round, I reckon it was the first 10 seconds he gave to me as hard as he could. He made me like, he's definitely switched on. He's there to hurt me. And then I set up the combo, and then he started going on the back foot.
And it kept going from there. He was, I think you put him down 3 times, and they stopped the fight, which was fair enough. Now, you gave away a bit of weight in that one too. I reckon it was 4 kilos. How do you match up against Marcus Hayward?
No, she should be good. Like I said, he's an experienced fighter. He's fought some great boys. and like he has that pro experience as well, so he knows what the move, what's the positioning like, hand positioning, like with the amateur and pros, a few different styles and different way to go with things. But no, he looks switched on. He should put a great fight on. I don't think it's going to be a first round stoppage, but I'll try. But you always got to be always aware. Small gloves, anything can happen.
He's a New Zealander. He'll be tough.
Oh yeah, but say it'll be my first international fighter too for the pros.
They got heads on them like dead cats. You ever hit a dead cat in the head?
Oh, hey, that's what the body's for, brother.
Hey, No Limit boss George Rose, and he's not big on talking people up, but he has with you. He reckons you could be fighting for a world title within a year. Now I think Jeff Fenix got the record for the shortest run to a world title. So from here to where, what you'd have a mapped out goal. What is it? Share it with us, Callum.
Oh, well, I've got a few amateur stuff going on, but the main ones is Worlds this year and then Commonwealth Games next year.
Yep.
But so the pro, that's about it with that. Yeah, and to get the Australian title as well. For maybe end of this year or next year. But
yep.
I got time next year anyway. So I only got Commonwealth Games, and throughout that time before the Australian title, I can do pro fights before then. So
brilliant.
That's about it at the moment. But yeah, like all I've been working on is just getting better at my boxing technique and getting those belts.
Yeah, I love you still want to fight.
Don't give me the opportunity to get that world title,
Yeah, well done. I love you still want to box for Australia. That's great. Com Games next year. That's brilliant.
No, like I did it last time. I really enjoyed it.
Good.
I'll love to do it again, and especially we've got a few boys coming up that I would like to see them come the same way as me in the ranks. So got a few boys from my club. It'd be good to see them come up.
So super middleweight. What's your weight for that?
Around about 75.
76.2.
76 point. Do you struggle to stay in that weight, or do you have to?
No, well, if you eat clean, it's a lot easier. But
yep.
Sometimes you get carried away with Coke with no sugar, or you're like, oh, well, I've got to burn it off now with chocolate. You got to be aware of these things. Once you have him, like, maybe I should have done that. Now I've got to run for an hour.
Yeah.
But so if you stay on that diet, you'd be fine. But yeah, if not, then you got to train harder to burn it off. But even with the amateur stuff, I've got to make 75. With the pro for the 76.2, get a kilo and 200 grams to ease the weight cut. But still exploring the pro divisions as well. So could do 72, 2.5 or 76, and also did 78 a few times.
Last time we spoke, you brought your dad in. How's your dad? Is he still in your corner? Is he still teaching you how to throw a few?
Yeah, no, Dad's here. He's with me now. He's in the top one. How you going, brother?
Hey! G'day, Dad.
What's happening there, brother boys?
Hey, he's going all right, your Colt, isn't he?
Yeah, mate, going good, brother.
He's going all right, but they're running away from him. When's someone going to sit in the ring and make him go 15?
Oh, mate. Hey, trust me, mate. We've been trying our hardest around here with the boys and our limit boys and Australian boxing. We're trying to find everyone, mate, but it was scared.
Yeah, oh, well.
Can see that and can see why.
Well, hey, like Callum said, he's only going to get better.
That's it. No limit. Like, whoever they put in front of me, I'll take it on. Like, I'm not scared. I trust my experience. I trust what I can do. I've been training for 15 years now. Where they say the world's my oyster, just stay consistent. But get those belts, get that regional title, take over the middleweight and super middleweight as well. Why not? I get them all. Yeah.
Well done, Callum. We're proud of you, mate. You keep going. We're going to keep in touch. You can watch this all action live on Fox Sports and KO, mate. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it. You guys have a lovely day.
Excellent, buddy.
Good boy.
Go well.
Good boy. Callum Peters there. Remember that name. We've said that 3 or 4 or 5 times now. So 3 from 3 in his pro. I love the fact he still wants to do the Commonwealth Games. That's next year, and he does. He loves representing Australia. Super middleweight. He's got a fight tomorrow night, and that's versus Marcus Hayward.
Yep. A New Zealander. He's had 7 knockouts, so, yeah, he'll have to take it seriously.
He will. Certainly will.
He'll
Our
win.
special guest, Callum Peters.
He's a star. It's 3 minutes to 6. News time, Ned McHenry next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Steinborner Automotive has always been well worth the trip. From 1 to 9 yards across the Barossa, Clare and, of course, Gawler. You can get new and demo Ford Rangers in Clare, Mitsubishi Outlanders, Hyundai Hybrids and Mazda CX-5 in Nuriutpa, Jack Utes in Gawler, plus over 300 certified used vehicles in stock. Head to one of Steinborner's 9 locations or view the whole range at steinborner.com.au. Steinborner Automotive. It's well worth the trip.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. The National Tiles famous annual winter spend and save is on now. Spend $4,000 will only charge you $2,750, or spend $2,000 will only charge you $1,450, or $1,000 and will only charge you $750. Don't miss the National Tiles famous annual winter spend and save on now. So rush into a National Tile store near you or go online at nationaltiles.com.au now and save. Conditions apply.
Things are heating up at Adelaide's largest selection of fireplaces, the Home of Fire. Get up to 50% off wood, gas and electric heating and check out their outdoor kitchens.
Home of Fire for all your flaming needs.
The Home of Fire, 126 McGill Road, Norwood.
Last month, we serviced around 11,000 vehicles, more than 1,500 Fords, 1,200 Holdens, 1,000 Subarus, 800 Isuzus, MGs, BMWs, Mercs, Audis. That's right, over 11,000 people trusted us with their pride and joy. Automasters, isn't it time for you to switch and save? Call 1300 Automasters or book online. All centres offer a pay now, pay later options. So switch and save with Automasters. Great service, guaranteed.
Wow, that is not a hotel. That's a broom closet with Wi-Fi. Could have sorted it with RAA Travel.
Book an appointment with RAA travel agents and elevate your holiday. RAA, it's better to be a member.
Are you a licensed tradie? Open a trade account today and get super low trade prices on Australia's biggest brand air conditioners, like Fujitsu, Panasonic and Mitsubishi, at any Mannix Warehouse sales outlet. We have a huge range of splits, ducted and spare parts that are all in stock and ready to go. And with 4 locations at Salisbury, Plympton, Lonsdale and Findon, it's so easy. Everything air conditioning, from the SA name you know and trust.
The very latest news and information. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
A possible shower tonight, a shower or two tomorrow with a high of 15. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig. There may be some disruption for patients at public hospitals tomorrow as doctors walk off the job for a 2-hour stop work meeting. They had initially threatened a full-day strike over a pay dispute, but the state government's put forward a revised offer. Dr Laura Willington from Sasmoa says it'll be discussed at the meeting before going to a vote.
It's up to all members and actually, in fact, all public salaried doctors to vote. It needs a 50 plus 1% vote for this to go through.
Some elective surgery tomorrow morning has been cancelled due to reduced staffing levels while doctors attend the meeting. Prosecutors have withdrawn an arson charge against a New South Wales teenager following a massive fire which destroyed a Goolwa South Airbnb. 19-year-old Micah Gillam was previously accused of starting the fire during a friend's reunion trip in November. His lawyer says it was simply a terrible accident and he'd like to move on. The fire gutted the 2-storey rented holiday home on Bristow Smith Avenue. 5 people have been shot dead after a gunman entered a building in New York City with an M4 assault rifle, firing indiscriminately before turning the gun on himself. The gunman's been identified as a 27-year-old man from Las Vegas who was known to have mental health problems. One of those killed was a New York police officer. New York Mayor Eric Adams has paid tribute.
He's an immigrant from Bangladesh, and he loved this city. And everyone we spoke with stated he was a person of faith. He embodies what this city is all about. He's a true blue New Yorker, not only in the uniform he wore, but in his spirit and energy of loving this city.
While police are investigating a motive for a separate shooting outside a Reno casino and resort, which has left 3 people dead, the gunman's in custody. The Albanese government says it will continue working on the premise that US tariffs will remain at 10% for goods we sell to America. Michael Packy reports.
President Donald Trump has thrown another spanner in the works for countries yet to finalise a trade deal with the US. He's flagged a new blanket tariff.
I would say it'll be somewhere in the 15 to 20% range.
Australia is currently slugged 10% for most goods we export to America. But under the revised rate, we could potentially have to pay double. The opposition's Kevin Hogan says the Prime Minister must urgently seek a meeting with Mr Trump to clarify the issue.
We have an alliance with them, we have a national security arrangement, but we obviously have an economic arrangement with them too.
The government admits the changes are challenging to navigate, but for the moment, it's expecting Australian goods will still face a 10% tariff.
The Prime Minister says he's astonished by Israel's claim there is no starvation in Gaza. Images being worldwide show children and adults suffering malnutrition following the restriction of aid. Anthony Albanese says Israel's denial is beyond comprehension. The Netanyahu government has since increased food and medical drops in the war-torn Strip. Some cancer survivors can now donate blood just 12 months after fully recovering. Donor eligibility has been updated, slashing the wait time from 5 years. Lifeblood's Gemma Falkenmeyer says it'll mean fewer potential donors will be turned away as the country faces a blood supply shortage.
Every year we have around 5,000 people who come in and we have to ask them to wait to donate, and that number has been going up every year.
Turning to 5AA sport, and the AFL's defending fixturing this season as Toby Green avoids sanction for a rogue off-the-ball kick. Jordan Tunbridge reports.
Essendon and Carlton have dominated Thursday night football fixturing this season, but their poor form has resulted in several one-sided matches during the prime time slot.
Big Victorian teams who were in pretty solid form at the time the floating fixture was put in. That hasn't come to fruition, but the games are still rating pretty well. They're still pretty well attended.
AFL boss Andrew Dillon defending Thursday night footy and says it's here to stay.
Thursday nights have averaged above the season average, so that's a tick. Thursday nights have rated extremely well, but I think what is important is that we do have a spread of teams.
Meantime, the league won't be punishing Toby Green for a backheel kick on Dane Rampy. It deemed the impact of the strike during the Sydney derby too minor to warrant a sanction.
And the Aussies have wrapped up the first ever 5-0 series sweep of men's T20 cricket, beating the West Indies by 3 wickets to claim victory in St Kitts. Cameron Green was named player of the series after making 3 half-centuries. He's told ESPN it was pleasing to see several players perform in the absence of ageing stars.
They've definitely lit up the Big Bash for quite a few years now, and now got their opportunity. We need to rest Starkey, we need to rest Camo, we need to rest those guys. So those other guys have got an opportunity, but they're guys who've been around for a long time. So yeah, they might be inexperienced at this level, but certainly not in T20 cricket.
Now I'm checking 5AA traffic.
At Kensington Park, delays clearing from an earlier 2-car collision on Glenburn Road and Eden Avenue. Slow for works at Camden Park, Anzac Highway Crossroads. Speeds at 40 at the moment. Quite busy as we drive home South Road through Mile End. Really slow to Kettleville Terrace at Kent Town, with the camera East Terrace at Henley Beach tonight. Get a complimentary entree-size piping hot butternut pumpkin soup added to your dine-in order at Faster Pasta, but only for a limited time. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A possible shower tonight, a shower or two tomorrow with a high of 15. Partly cloudy on Thursday, also 15, and more of the same for Friday, 15. At the moment, 10. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thanks, I'm Kate Collins. Tonight's headlines. Vision has emerged of the panic inside a Manopara house where a grandfather was shot dead. A lone gunman has killed 4 people in a shooting rampage at a New York office tower. And Australian banks are refunding customers $93 million for excessive fees. And don't worry, you haven't missed the news. You can start over on 9 Now as soon as you're home.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
7 minutes after 6, it's a Tuesday evening and we're going fishing at 6:30 tonight with Ned McHenry's 5AA Fishing Show. That's all coming up very soon. You can visit Ranella Hyundai, take a test drive today, find your perfect Hyundai car. by watching the Ranella Hyundai live stream. We're on the 5AA Facebook and YouTube. Ned McHenry joins us live in studio.
Yes, he does, Neddy. Welcome.
Hey, boys.
You got a left field thing. You're hearing our topic, left field.
Good topic.
My
left
left field was no umpires.
Yeah.
Well,
it's very left field. Yeah, it's actually not left field for you. It's actually quite...
Well, it's actually they've left the field.
Nice, Timmy. Good start.
Now, mine
Good
was
start.
kicking backwards. No mark when you kick backwards. Just a simple one. Timmy's had one. What was yours about the umpire?
Oh, that was my mate, the K-man. I walked with him yesterday, and he's a deep thinker. He's a deep thinker. He wants a guy that is just purely comes in and does the bounce. So
Bounces
he's
the
not
ball
an umpire.
perfectly.
He's not an
Start of
umpire.
every quarter, a bounce specialist.
And he said, think of it like this. You know, the guy that comes into the boxing ring and does the big announcement?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
let's get ready to rumble. And he wants this guy coming in in an outfit and going bang.
Bang. And then just walk off without getting run over by a player.
The worst idea I have ever heard.
But it's left field.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
left
mind
field,
it.
and I got to say, it caught my eye and ear.
Good.
Yeah,
well,
so-
mine's not that left field, but it's the fixture. Have I been harping on that for a while?
You have.
The fixture needs to change. It's absolutely ridiculous. Every team plays each other once, simple, and then within that we have in-season competition. So like other competitions do, you know, you might have a floating fixture where clubs pay for extra money or a draft pick or something like that to keep interest in the competition.
Keep them coming in, 822 388 left field ideas. Now, Ned's the only person in our whole team that likes Maria Albanese on our text line.
I love it.
I'm a fan.
How do you know it's a he? It's Maria.
Well, Maria, if you are listening, which I have no doubt you are, because you text in every 30 seconds, I enjoy your material.
He's prolific. Now, you're going to John Williamson.
No, I went to John Williamson. He was on Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, you went on Saturday?
I got him the tickets last week.
True blue. Oh,
did you like it? Did you go on your Pat Malone? Or?
I didn't like it. I loved it. It was the best couple of hours of my life. It was his last tour, boys, and he missed it.
That's sad.
He's almost 80.
Did you go on your Pat Malone?
I did, yeah. No one had come with me. I had 2 tickets. Couldn't get rid of the other one.
So did he just sit up on a stage with his guitar?
No,
was he entertaining?
He talks to. He's a bushman. He's a bushman.
He
tells tales.
Yeah, he does.
Because Marie Albanese said, hey, Willie Nelson and Julio Iglesias. Now, would you know who either of them are?
I know who Willie Nelson is. I don't know
So
who
I'm
the other
clearly Willie Nelson, although I've never smoked ganja. And you're clearly Julio Iglesias. This is one of the duets they've done. This is Willie Nelson and Julio.
Right.
This is better than John Williamson.
No, it's not. That's terrible. That's too slow. John Williamson's a busher. He'll talk about, you know, the Indigenous community. He talks about raining on the rock at Uluru. He loves Uluru, John Williamson. Loves it. Don't tell him to. Don't point at Sam saying to turn that up.
Julio comes in now. He was a good singer, Timmy.
Is this what our
exception?
Is this what we're using our pre-production time for? To organise that to be on the show.
Let's talk football.
Sam, I'm so sorry.
The biggest showdown margin ever, 98 points. Equal lowest ever showdown score, 35 points. Crows kicked 19 goals, 2 after quarter time, kicked 8 goals to none in the last quarter. Did Port pull up the white flag?
Nah, they didn't.
Left the field.
They didn't leave the field. I don't think you could question their effort. I don't think you can question anyone's effort.
Yes, you can. No, they had 8 goals to none in the last quarter.
I think you can.
But that's method, isn't it? You watch teams lose every week and coaches come on and go, I can't question the effort. I don't think there's many examples of AFL teams not trying at that level. And Campo talks about it all the time. If you're coaching effort, that's an issue. Port didn't wave the white flag, but it just, as Ken said in his post-game interview, that's where the two teams are at the moment. The Crows were so clinical and so damaging on every line.
Were you impressed?
No, I was very impressed. I was waiting for you to peel that lid off.
Week. I enjoyed the mid. Last week it was the defence against the Suns. A couple of weeks ago it was the forwards, and they were all getting all the accolades. The midfield now, Saligo, Peatling's role.
Yeah.
Berry's come along.
Yeah.
Dawson and Rankin now are like, they're there, but they're not there.
Yeah.
Peatling's last 2 weeks have been superb.
Oh,
he's had negating roles at stoppages. Have you liked that?
Yeah, absolutely. He's the one they go to for that role. They are so... I'm trying to think, what team are we seeing? What precedent from another side that's gone from bottom 4 to now a flag fancy have we seen in the last 10, 15, 20 years?
Collingwood did it. They went from 7-8 to a prelim.
Are we watching Collingwood?
There you go.
Is that what? Can they do it? Like, everyone's talking about them being premiership contenders. To come from the bottom 4, Rowey.
Well, they are. So Collingwood went from 17th to a prelim, and the next year won a flag.
Yes.
Correct. So I'm hoping that's not the case with the Crows. Everyone says, oh, you've got to get into the finals and taste it.
No,
You're not going to go straight. Of course you don't, Timmy.
No.
Timmy subscribes
You
to that.
get on a roll.
They can win it.
They can win it.
Of course they can.
Of course they. What team right now would want to come and play the Adelaide Crows in a final
No
at
one.
Adelaide Oval?
No one.
None.
Certainly not Brisbane. Well, we're going to see the Magpies come over here in a couple of weeks.
There.
Hawthorn are here this Friday.
We've had enough of it too. Thanks very much.
Yeah. That was pretty comprehensive.
Hawthorn's going to be a goodie to watch because they're in good form too, and they're youthful and exciting to watch. It's going to be on. I'm looking forward to it these last couple of rounds.
Max Michaelini.
Yeah,
That's a sad one.
Hamstring.
6 weeks.
I was just saying to
Still
Rowey.
okay, legal.
He thinks he's going to be back for the finals.
Well, I was. There's that week in between that there's no AFL games that Sanford will be in the finals. So I was thinking both him and Rash might be able to sneak into that game.
I know, talking about they are both dead keen on coming back for the final, so they both think they're a genuine sniff. Hey, can I talk about something that you guys have spoken about? And you're talking about the Crows weights program. A lot of
Timmy did.
a lot of attention, Timmy, goes to Darren Burgess through his high performance program, and that's justified. He is amazing. One unsung hero, and if there was any AFL club listening now who wanted to poach someone, his name's Josh Manuel, and he runs the gym and the high performance program in that gym.
Right.
There is no one in my very short time in footy and talking to other players now, there is no one as good at what he does than him, Josh Manuel.
Just spell the last name.
M-A-N.
Why did you do this? He's going to go all the way.
U-E-L. No, because I want him to get the money he deserves. Tell Josh Carr to give him a call, and I know he'll know him.
Done.
He is the greatest person in that space.
Wow.
He's at the gym every morning, 6 o'clock. He talks to you religiously every week about your weights program. He is the one who has changed the body, makeup or configuration of those players. He is the one, and no one knows. He's the one responsible for it.
And how long's he been at the Crows?
He's been there since 2020, I reckon.
Okay. And how did he help you?
Well, he didn't help me. Oh, look at me, I'm in the studio now.
No,
I was the one who I was busy fishing on the days off.
No, but he didn't mean it like so.
That's all right.
So he's the bloke that complements Burjo with the weight program.
Yeah, I would say I want to get, when we can, let's get a few guys on the program to ask who is responsible for either one, getting their injuries right, so things like groins or backs, or putting on muscle mass and body composition. I would say 80% of them would say Josh Manuel is the one who is responsible for that.
We need to get him on. We need to get him on. We need to expose his brilliance behind the scenes.
He is exceptional. I've never seen anyone who works harder and works more closely with players on their transformation athletically.
Well, that's an insight, isn't it?
That is a great insight. Hey,
and if he ends up at Port Adelaide, I'm going to say to you, Timmy wrote the name down straight away if you're on the live stream.
Tim Silvers will probably call me and have a go at me on that. They can't lose him. He's so good.
Well, they won't lose him. He's going to be a part of a premiership team.
Well, that's true. Well, is the lid?
No. The lid will come off if they beat Hawthorn.
Careful there. You've been so responsible. Don't lose it.
Hello, Trevor at Seaford.
G'day, guys. Now, the footies. You know how you got a bag of balls at the end of each end?
Yep.
Right? Get permission to take a bag off, and I'll bet you haven't got half the balls weighing the same.
Oh. What facts have you got to back that up, Trev?
Sounds like a bit of physics.
Well, here's another one for you. Do your homework. Right, the first final that Richmond played in that 2017, right, you watch the big number 4, he goes to bounce the ball, and it's skidding away from him, right? And then they'll kick him the ball like rocket ships up in the air to get the distance out of him. The ball has definitely changed.
Wow. Maybe the leather, the composition of it,
you know,
they
all get pumped to
Trev,
69 KPI, Trevor.
Or do you know that for a fact?
Yeah, they all get pumped to the exact same thing. 69 is the same. PSI.
I've seen Jeremy Cameron, he squeezes the ball before he has a shot at goal. I've seen him say, that's not the right thing, I want another one.
They are really pointy.
Can you do that?
They're new balls, so they're really pointy. They're awful. The new balls. Awful.
I used to hate pointy balls. What did we play with? The Ross Faulkner.
Ross Faulkner. Yeah, they're a rounded end.
I could not kick a Ross Faulkner.
Because you come from a Burley, that's why.
In actual fact, I couldn't kick a Burley either.
Yeah, so where are we at then?
I couldn't kick a Sharon. Hello, Steve. Hello, Steve.
Oh, good evening, fellas. One team that went from the bottom 4 to the finals was West Coast.
What year?
What year? Was that 17 into 18?
I can't remember. In the early to mid 2000s. like 10 to 15.
Yeah.
When they were up there, I mean, they had a number of injuries the year before, and that's where they
too. They did too.
And then they suddenly went bang. Tim, one thing I'll say, Tim, I think Port Adelaide were a little bit lucky on Saturday because I think if it would have been dry, I reckon they would have lost by about another 10 goals.
They would have stayed. and I'm kicking myself. I should have put 2 bottles of Rusden Uncle Willie's port. When's my port coming, Tim? I was told by all my mates
Craig
not to let
Phillips
you off the
is
hook.
delivering it tomorrow. Now, don't be carrying on like that. There was another one. Richmond did it.
They did
They
too.
were 13th I checked it up in 2016, and they went to top the following year.
Crows are going to go from 15th to top. Unbelievable. Number of texts coming through. Tell Ned to shut up.
Oh, okay. Who said that? Was that
It's
Maria?
about Josh Manuel. Shut up, Ned.
Oh, who said that? Well, they can shut up themselves.
No, what it's saying is be quiet about
Oh, okay.
Stop giving
That's what he's saying. Not telling you.
Oh, okay.
It's not,
Sorry.
it's not for you to be quiet.
Shush.
No, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sure.
Whoever that
They're
is.
like Tim Silvers. There's one here from Tim Silvers. Shush.
Yeah. How are you, Tim?
Okay.
That call from Steve was absolutely spot on about the West Coast Eagles, by the way. 2010, they were 16th. They were 4 wins, 18 losses.
Oh, wow.
They flipped it on its head in 2011, 4th. 18 wins, 7 losses.
Wow. That's unreal.
That's
there
crazy. Now, did Worsfold come back as coach that year?
I'd have to find out.
No.
That's extraordinary.
So last year,
I'll tell you
Crows had
why.
8.5 wins at a 99% percentage.
Right.
They're up around 140 now, and they're sitting second top. That's a...
And the list demographic too, how young they are.
I know.
That's the exciting
Coach
thing
of the
too.
year, Nixie, Coach of the year.
Yeah, and Murray Davis, I think.
Yeah.
Give it to Murray.
They should have. They should have.
Yeah.
Now, Nettie,
And the helper. Helper of the year.
you heard Rowey and I talking just briefly about Harley Reid, and I said, the one thing I'd like to see is some leadership around him. But you believe that if he gets that, you would definitely sign him up for the $24 million.
I love him. We're so quick to judge high draft picks now, particularly in their second year at a struggling side. He is going to be so good.
Really?
Yeah. He will be as good as Dustin Martin.
I do believe he needs good leadership around him. I think at the moment he's getting away with too much sort of bratty behaviour that I think needs somebody that he really admires, that he can look up to, that takes him under his wing, because at the moment I think he's getting away with too much. I don't think they're slapping him because they're fearful that he will leave.
So if you were Don Pike then, would you actually identify that and go and get someone for that exact reason, Timmy?
And I'd be surprised if both Worsfold and Pike aren't working on that.
If I'm going to pay $24 million, I'm going to give him whatever I can to make him better.
We've got an army of people.
Hey, after the break, we're going to talk about a dead seal pup on the beach. We're going to talk about a great white shark washed up at Port Broughton. We're going to talk about there are no squid, and I mean no squid, in our Gulf. This algal bloom that I was slow to the dance when I'm so concerned. Are we going to be able to swim in our beaches? And you're going to have a squid professional
We've got lots coming up. Lots coming up.
Well, let's talk about that after the break.
We'll preview that next, 20 after 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Living with diabetes? Ditch finger pricks with Freestyle Libre. Freestyle Libre is a small wearable sensor that monitors your glucose levels and trends and sends them straight to your phone. Instant, up-to-date feedback. No finger pricks. How good is that? And you can trial Freestyle Libre for only $15. Just head to freestylelibre.com.au to find out how. T's and C's apply. Follow directions for use. Read warnings before purchase. Free yourself from finger pricks with Freestyle Libre.
Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Willington. Understaffing in our hospitals is harming you and me. We urgently need a workforce plan to identify the right number of doctors for each of our hospitals and health services. And we need fair wages and conditions to attract and keep doctors so you can access care when you need it. Help make our health system safer for you and safer for me. Visit safermedicalstaffing.com.au. Authorised by Dr. Laura Willington, President, South Australian Salaried Medical Officers Association, Adelaide.
You wake up and you're feeling a bit off. Your nose is runny, but maybe it's just a cold. That scratchy throat, though, that could be something worse.
Test for COVID, Flu A, Flu B and RSV in just minutes with Cell Life, the premium 4-in-1 rapid antigen test. Fast, reliable results. Make the smart choice for your health and your family. Insist on the brand the healthcare professionals prefer. Cell Life at leading chemists and Amazon. CELLIFE.
Okay, if you're thinking about buying a new car, the time to do it is right now, during the Agostino Mitzi demo clearance sale.
I reckon this is the way to go, honestly. Agostino are way overstocked, and the demo model is just, I reckon it's the absolute way to go.
Because you peel off the new car stuff, $5 to $8 grand straight off the price.
You just take that off. It's unbelievable, and this is the time to do it. No time like the present, and you can get the car that you've been dreaming of at Mitzi's, and you can be for a lot less, and you'll be driving around in feature-packed Mitsubishi demo.
And it might have only done 1,000 Ks.
And that's the beauty of them.
And it's still got the...
Oh, the new car smell.
Oh, God, Nettie.
And it gets
that is a good smell.
Put that schnoz away.
Yeah. And it gets the 10 and 10 as well.
No.
Hey, and here's the other thing. There's no shortage of great options available. No. And the thing everyone loves, and I do too, every demo vehicle comes with its own 10-year warranty and 10-year cap price servicing. That's outstanding.
Who else does that bar Agostino Mitsubishi?
Aggies.
There you go. Agostino Mitsubishi demo sale. It's on now, but only while stocks last. They won't last. Here in this live read, head to Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth, Mawson Lakes today.
Kids don't want to wait. The sooner, the better. Every moment is a chance to learn and grow. And they're right. It is. The first few years of a child's development play a hugely important part in their future, in learning and in life. That's why the state government is rolling out 3-year-old preschool from 2026. Because the sooner they start, the further they can go. Learn more at flyingstart.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Things are heating up at Adelaide's largest selection of fireplaces, the Home of Fire. Get up to 50% off wood, gas and electric heating, and check out their outdoor kitchens.
Home of Fire, for all your flaming needs.
The Home of Fire, 126 McGill Road, Norwood.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 24 minutes after 6. Ned McHenry in the studio with us ahead of the 5AA Fishing Show, not too far away.
Well, there was a dead seal pup washed up on the Metro Beach. The last one I saw like that, well, it must have been an algal bloomy type of thing, was it? Is that have they linked it to that?
I think so. Well,
that's sad, isn't it?
Well, you were late to the party on this. You thought it was all... You thought it was all a joke.
No, I didn't think it was a joke. No, I didn't. I called it a Graham Corns storm in a teacup.
Oh. You thought it was going to move.
And that hasn't aged well. A bit like when Cornsey called the peptide at the Essendon Football Club a storm in a teacup. And it certainly wasn't that.
Oh, dear.
And a great white shark washed up in Port Broad.
It was huge.
God.
Yeah.
And 3.5, 4 metres.
Reports were that it was in good condition and it didn't die of starvation.
Really good liver.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No squid
in the
Gulf.
autopsies on all these? Is that what's happening?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Doing all that. Yeah, they're all over that. Yeah.
And you know what? Squid are the lungs of the ocean. And when there is here no squid, there's something wrong.
You're big on this. The calamari, everything eats it, don't they? And we eat it.
Everything eats. It's good for nothing. And now there's none of them in the water. I said that before.
What do you mean it's good for nothing?
Good for? Well,
you've just said that they're the lung of the ecosystem.
Yeah, they're better than a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't like Tuesdays. Not a big
they're
Tuesday.
Fridays. You just said that's what they do. Everything eats them. They've got quick lifespans.
But that's what I mean.
That's
what
sustainable.
I mean. So a snapper comes along and, oh, gee, this is a nice little squid, and it shoots out some black ink out its clacker.
Yeah.
I mean, what a useless
Self-defence. Self-defence. It's like a mace.
Timmy, I'd much rather, when I was attacked, not have black ink come out my clacker.
Yeah, well, if that's all you've got,
that's all
you've got to use it.
But that's what I mean. So it's useless. So have you got a pro fisherman coming on with the squid?
Yeah, we're going to chat to someone who fishes out of Cape Jervis. They're a professional squid fisherman, Tony, so he's going to jump on the program.
Sad.
And we've also got a professional from SA Water who's going to join us. He's got some updates on a few things that I think, if you like your wreck fishing, will be of interest.
Okay, good. So the government has said it's got nothing to do with the desal plant.
Yeah.
I want a second opinion.
All right. Well, who do you want the second opinion
Well,
of?
I don't know. Get an expert.
Yeah, an independent kind of, I think that's fair.
Actually, today on Graham Gooding's show, he spoke to a guy
He's
from
been all over
California because they've had a
same thing for about 5 years.
4 years, I
A
believe.
lot of people do think the desalination could be linked. That's not my view, but...
Leith's all over it in the afternoons. Leith is over it like white on rice.
Well, they were talking about the retardant for bushfires that and goes into the ocean. They reckon that it's a theory that might be affecting the California one. So they're doing testing on that to see if that's got anything to do with it. Well, let's face it, but we're all clutching at straws trying to find out what it is.
No question's a dumb question at the moment. What do you think? Do you think the warships could have had something to do with it, right?
Oh, don't start him.
100%.
Don't start him.
100.
Ned McHenry.
When it gets to 6:28, my eyes just light up.
Drop the H-bomb.
I think on that note, Esro's leaving the building.
It's time for us to get fishing. Ned McHenry's fishing show next.
And Timmy